Hi. How are you? This is special coronavirus stream. I hope everyone's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Jesse, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm pretty good myself, Jesse.
I'm glad to hear.
Do you think the chat is good?
I think the chat is wonderful, wonderful.
You think the chat is wonderful, wonderful?
I do.
You wonderful, wonderful in the chat?
This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA Halls!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes.
No way.
From the Queens. Oh, wait, hold on a second. The Henry Salsa Studios of New York. Here we go. We got some UFC fights to talk about. UFC 249 is a go, and it's only a month away. Let's talk about it with the MMA Holes. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Jesse,
Must.
it's the Henry Salsa Studios.
Yes, but we've got a lot of glitching going on both streams.
No, we
so
don't.
yes, we do.
No, we don't.
We do. It
I'm looking
happened
over there. No glitching
Yeah,
at all.
right now. It happened though,
There's
and people brought it up.
There's no
So,
glitching.
just
There's no glitching.
thought you should know.
Is there glitching?
See, I just told you. I told you.
There's fucking glitching.
I told you.
Oh, fuck's sake. I'm going to have to stop the stream.
No, you can't just change a setting or something.
No, I can't. I think it's
What
because
if? Hold on, let's just see.
it's
What if?
running an administrator. And no, I can't. I have
Maybe.
to.
What if we just change the quality?
No. Jesse, there's a glitch. There's a glitch going on in the Matrix.
Ah, dang it!
I told you. Oh, no.
No.
Well, don't run in administrator. Let's see if I can. I'm not going to be able to salvage this show.
I bet you can. Watch. Do it.
Should I try it?
2.7 seconds. Ready?
All right.
Everyone stick around.
See if I can pull this off.
If you miss us, then just go back to our channel. We'll be live in 2.7 seconds.
All right. Here we go.
Go.
Did it work?
Let's see. Oh.
Did it work?
Ah. Oh.
All right.
Nailed it.
Now, hopefully,
All right. Let me just. Oh no. Oh.
did
Hold
that
on.
work?
Oh.
Still glitching?
Yeah, it's still glitchy.
All right. Let me know in the chat if it's still glitching. We're just going to do it with the glitch. I don't give a shit. I told Jesse that for some reason something wasn't looking right before I started the stream, and I couldn't figure out what the hell it was. But we did a whole gaming stream last night.
No problems.
Like, what is
Did you
going
change
on?
anything between? now and
No,
now?
I didn't do shit. Look, I got to change this. I didn't
Maybe-
do anything.
Maybe it just chooses specific days.
No,
to
maybe
act
this
up.
this show's doomed. Maybe it's it. It's
Oh,
over.
Don't say things.
It's
like
over
that.
for the MMA holes. Let's just call it. Let's just say it how it is.
Yeah,
Jesse.
Patrick says just keep going. Fuck the glitch.
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. Nobody cares. Let's just.
Oh boy.
Besides, you're here to listen to our beautiful voices, anyways.
I mean,
Half
this
the time
is
we have the
number one
stream on.
bullshit.
This is
A
number
window
one
anyway.
bullshit.
All right, chat room. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're gonna try to get through this.
That's right, John. It's never over.
I think we can. I think we can get through this tonight. Thank you for the likes as we discuss UFC in April. UFC 249 in April looks like it is going to be a go.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. That should be wonderful, right?
Yes, right. So we still haven't received an exact date, but yes, I mean, If we're gonna listen to what Dana White says, yes, it's still a go. Do you want to hear the story, Moss?
Oh, wait.
What?
No, I want to talk about it.
Okay.
I don't want to hear the story yet. I want to talk about it, Jesse.
Excuse me.
I want to talk about it. As I'm looking at everything glitching, I can't do this. It's just glitching like it looks like we're in. I don't know. We're all pixelated and weird. Like, what is going on? It says the stream health. Look at this shit. Look, stream health is completely fine. It's green. It's in the green. It's,
and nothing changed between last night and today.
No, I didn't do jack shit. Why is it doing this now? Max Headroom. Yeah.
Yeah, look at it.
What
It's
is
getting
that?
worse.
The fuck is
Maybe
going
go
on?
in your settings and see if there's something like bitrate or something.
No, you can't change anything when you're live.
You can't?
No.
Are you sure?
Why would I say no if I wasn't sure?
Well, sometimes people
So look,
say,
I'll show you. I'll show you over here. Output, right? Unless maybe I could change this. Let me see.
Yeah, it looks like you can.
But I don't know if that would. I don't think it would take a place while we're streaming.
Well,
This is so weird. We did a stream last night. Not one problem. What were we on for like 3 hours? Not
Yeah.
one fucking problem. Now all of a sudden there's a problem. Let's see if this works. All right, let's see if that works.
I'm not seeing any glitching yet.
I tried something here.
I
This
don't
might
see
work.
anything.
This might be the answer to our problems. All right, let's. I
I
think that
think
worked.
Mystic Moss fixed it.
Wow.
Whoop whoop.
All right.
Go Mystic Moss.
All right, let's do this. Let's
Like
do
a
this.
pro.
Corona fix the corona. We just cured. I think we just cured the coronavirus live.
Moss
Did that just happen?
Moss is a pro. He's a professional. Never underestimate the Mystic Moss.
You know,
This big head has a big brain.
I was telling my father the other day, I was saying, you know, I didn't do any schooling for this.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the job of someone that's done a lot of schooling.
A
in this.
professional.
Like, I don't know how the fuck I pulled this shit off.
I don't know
really
how you
don't
do it either. That's why I always say, like, I hope nothing happens to you because I'll never be able to continue the show
Crazy.
without you.
All right, we got it fixed. Let's do this, baby. We're going to talk about the UFC. We're fixed up. And Super Chat coming in PBR.
Hey, hey, hey. Waving, waving, waving.
Hi.
Hola.
How are you? I hope you're wonderful, wonderful.
Can I
Thank
open a
you.
window real quick?
No, Jesse, you must sweat to death.
Well, I just want to make sure you don't need me for 2 seconds while I open a window.
Okay, I'm going to say this again. I said this the last time you asked me to open a window. Anytime you want to make it cooler in the room, just do it because I love it. I want the coolness in here.
It's
I
so
don't-
weird. You love the heat, but you
No.
love the cold.
And I've explained this to you too. I like the heat outdoors. When I'm inside, closed with walls around me, I need it to be cool. If there's no walls and it's just nature, I love the heat. That's the rule. That's the mystical rule.
Mystical rule.
All right, so this is working. Okay, great.
Good job, Moss.
All righty. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore.
This is
All right,
how we
everything's
know. This is how we know his name Mystical isn't just a name, you know?
good. Glitchticle. That's what it should be
Glitchticle.
called.
Without
All right.
Moss,
We're
this
gonna get
show
through
will never
this.
continue.
We're gonna get through this tonight. It looks like everything's working well. All right, so I should have known when I almost said the Queen Studios, and I was like, well, I mean a Henry Solstice.
Listen, it's
I should have
live.
fucking known.
Things are gonna happen.
Yeah.
Just roll with the punches.
Okay, so anyway,
Yeah.
we are from the Henry Solstice Studios of New York, and April is a definite.
Yes.
Dana White says he doesn't care. This is going to happen. Tony Habib's going down, and it's going to be one of the biggest cards of all time.
Yes.
It's going to be the greatest thing they put together. Brett Okamoto is doing like a Instagram stream, and the boss jumped in. They were talking back and forth. Let me know the ones if you saw that little back and forth between the two. But Dana White, now, okay. As a fan, I'm thrilled that this is happening. I really am. UFC 249 next month. We could all forget about this stupid coronavirus.
Yep.
We could enjoy some fights. I'm
Nice
down with
escape.
that. But non-essential jobs should not be working, right?
Right.
Okay.
But the UFC is very essential, Moss.
Is the UFC considered an essential job?
Absolutely.
Apparently it is, because Brett Okamoto, and he was kind of calling him out, and Dana White's like, move on, dickhead. Like, you could tell Dana was like, all right, let's just keep this moving.
Yeah.
Dana White met up with some of his other guys. You know, they were in the war room, and they were putting together fights. They were matchmaking inside this war room. They weren't doing it like from a Skype call where they're all talking to each other. They all traveled and they met in this war room over there. So that's isn't that considered non-essential traveling and
No,
working?
because the UFC is an essential business, and whatever meetings are required to make that happen, it's considered essential, Moss.
So now we found out that that is essential. And the UFC is now going down in April. We still don't have an exact location. Some people are throwing Florida out there. It doesn't look like Florida is going to be the place, though. I don't know where the hell they're going to do this.
They haven't told anything to us yet.
Yeah, do you think they're just trying to stay relevant here and stay in the news?
They could be, but I don't get that feeling. I don't get that vibe. I get the vibe that there is a place, a good venue that Dana White might have landed, but he doesn't want to say anything because he doesn't want to, put all his eggs in one basket and throw it out there and then disappoint people.
The fact that they did get together in the war room and were discussing fight cards and stuff like that does, to me, believe that there is going to be a fight coming up. It's a little strange. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know I really don't know how they're going to pull this off. Every time I look at, Trump talking and the government going back and forth and Democrats versus Republicans and all this shit, it just seems like it's getting worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand how they're going to pull this together. I am happy that they're saying they're going to put it together, but I have to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
We saw that Brazil card. He was a man of his word. He said, we're doing this card. No fans, closed doors no matter what. Boom, they do it.
Yeah.
So I have to put my faith in the old Dana White.
Though I think a lot of MMA fans have the same mindset you do right now, where they have to see it to believe it, because everything is shut down. So many states are going into 100% lockdown. Some states are not, but are declaring martial law. So I get it. And even Nevada went on to a lockdown just recently. So I understand why you need to see it to believe it, but at this point, we're not really we're not really in the position to say, oh, I need to see it to believe it. You just got to either believe it or you don't, because it's not like, it's a waiting game, So I think you just believe it or you don't. I believe it.
You believe it. All right, chat, what do you think about this situation? April, they're saying it's happening.
Jesse tested positive for Moss. What is that a new virus?
I guess
The
so.
Moss virus. Day 25, no weed for me drunk. The coronavirus jacked up everything. UFC is the best sport in the world, and now it is the only sport we can watch now. It's not going to go on. We have to see medical stress levels. We will all die on Easter, says Staley. UFC is partnering with SpaceX to put UFC 249 in space. The virus is fear-based mind control. I believe in the UFC, says Boss Kogar. Drunk Savage, Dana's my hero.
You got to laugh at Staley, and welcome back, Staley. You have to laugh at Staley and Vigo. They go back and forth. Like, if one says something, the other one agrees.
Like they have to reply to each other?
And then they keep on saying, like, now the new thing is it's the end of the world, so they're gonna try to milk this end of the world thing, how everything's gonna die, and they just go back and forth and be like, you're correct, Vigo. You're correct, Staley. You're correct.
They lick
yes.
each other's asses.
I mean, I don't know what's going on there. It is funny though. Every couple of months they come up with something else, and then they just back each other up for a little while. This is the community that we've grown.
Well,
oh man,
it happens. I guess when people don't have friends or people to support them, they need to do it to other people.
there they go. All right. You know what? And it's a beautiful thing, Jesse.
It is. Good friendship there.
You look at, I mean, if it wasn't for the MMA holes, they would never be together.
We are the reason. They're
we
friends.
brought them. What if they take it to the next level? What if?
I know Staley would want to.
I'm down with anything. If you want to do the same sex thing or anything, I'm down. But if you guys get hitched, you better fucking invite us, because I take credit for this. I'm telling you right now, I want to be invited. Best man, huh? Mystic Moss?
This is making me a little uncomfortable.
For God's sakes. All right, let's get into the stories now,
All right.
Jesse.
So Dana White is trying to build the baddest card ever for UFC 249, as you had mentioned, Moss.
Okay.
According to ESPN's Brett Okamoto, UFC President Dana White remains adamant that a UFC 249 pay-per-view event on April 18th will take place at an undisclosed location, and he's even looking into adding potential fights to the card. White told ESPN on Wednesday the UFC could make several changes to the UFC 249 event, which currently consists of 13 fights. A lightweight title fight between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson is set to headline the card. The event was originally scheduled to take place in Brooklyn. Due to logistical challenges caused by the coronavirus, White previously told ESPN he expects the card to undergo changes. On Wednesday, White said he's looking into adding it to the lineup, including some big fights that have been postponed this month. He said, quote, "We're trying to build the baddest card that's ever been done in the history of the sport. Some of the things are going to work out and some of the things might not work out. We're trying to figure it out. If some things don't work out, what we do." White specifically mentioned a heavyweight bout between Francis Ngannou and Jairzinho Rozenstruik, which was supposed to headline UFC Fight Night this weekend in Columbus as a potential addition to the UFC 249 lineup. Late last week, Ngannou was tested for the coronavirus by UFC physicians and results have since came back negative. The French Cameroonian heavyweight said he is eager to fight on April 18th if the UFC can make it happen. Rozenstruik's manager, Malki Kawa of First Round Management, told ESPN that as of Wednesday morning, he has not discussed the possibility of rebooking the fight on April 18th with the UFC. The headline bout between Nurmagomedov and Ferguson is of the most highly anticipated matchups of the year. Both are on a 12-fight winning streak.
All right, so the best card ever. Coming up, UFC 249 and Ngannou versus Rozenstruik. Or they call him Rozenstrike. I don't know what the actual proper name of saying it is. But if they throw that on the card too, that'd be insane. I'm going to look over at the UFC.com and see upcoming events. I'm curious on how they're putting this thing together. Usually, the one thing about the website is they don't really keep you up to date. I kind of wish they gave you a little news over here and, kept you... It would be a banging website if they just kept you... They just here you go. I mean, here's news. Let's see. Let's look at this news. We never really checked this out. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. The best of the bonuses. I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of like fugazi shit, But then again, the UFC.com is not going to have any tabloid-ish type stories, right? So I guess you can't really get juicy stuff over there. Anyway, let's see. Let's look at this card. Whoops. There it is. Nurmagomedov versus Ferguson, Andrade versus Namajunas. So basically what they did was they kept this card intact on the website. Does not look like it's going to be like that.
During a pandemic.
Shopping during a pandemic. Manny C.
The Vatican cancelled Easter. You know how much stuff has to suck for the Pope to be like, you know what? This year Jesus stays dead.
Yikes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Ooh, man. They canceled Easter. Did they really? I mean, I guess you can't really...
Yeah, what are they going to do? I mean...
You can't have a group of people like the Vatican. That's some serious shit over there. There's going to be a lot of people showing up. But then again...
Well, look at where it's located, too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they just had Italy, completely...
That's the worst place to even do anything. Man, oh, man. Italy's a disaster. I was looking just at a couple of these stories that keep popping up every day, and I'm like, oh, my goodness, it's just getting worse and worse. Some people are like, well, it got a little better the other day. That's still not me. It didn't get any better, really. It's terrible over there. So, man, hopefully the people in the Vatican can pull it together. But, I mean, and thank you, Manny C. and PBR for the donation. Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So I guess this is just a waste of our time over here. We're going to have to find out. Hopefully, they're saying by the end of the week, they're going to give us an idea of what we can look for. They're saying the 18th is still a go the same day?
Yes. That's what...
How are they going to pull this together?
It's literally in, 22 days, 23 days?
How are they going to pull this together? I got to see. Keep talking, Jesse.
What's weird is that during the press conferences with Trump, they're saying that the coronavirus pandemic, if everyone obeys the self-quarantine and the not-so-martial law is what he likes to call it, but with the National Guard there and everything and everyone prohibiting themselves from going into public areas, that this would be done within 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But even in 8 weeks, that's still later than April 18th. That's like May.
Yeah.
So it's like...
How are they going to do this?
Yeah, this doesn't sound... It's not going to happen.
It's unbelievable. How... Listen, I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for the UFC. Safety, schmafety. They are grown men making risky decisions. If they fuck up, it's not my fault. Here's the thing. If people... Could you imagine if they start this at, the pandemic is a thing. And then could you imagine if the UFC, because of this event, somehow it spreads even worse? Could you imagine it's a complete nightmare?
It's funny you ask because that leads us into our next
okay.
Next
Good
news
segue
topic.
over there.
Yeah.
Listen, keep going, UFC. Knock yourselves out. I'm not going to say, hey, don't do this. This is unsafe. I'm not your fucking parents.
Yeah.
You're a grown adults. If you want to be irresponsible for my pleasure, so be it.
But in reference,
Something during
okay,
a
sorry.
pandemic.
Jesse is my world.
Why do you hate Tony, Jesse? Why do you hate Tony, Jesse? Why do you hate Tony, Jesse?
I don't hate Tony. I just don't think he's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I very much like Tony, but I don't think he's going to win. And he's fighting my boy, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you for the donation to Deuce. Dropping deuces tonight.
Wonderful.
So this leads into your original question. Could the UFC be liable if the coronavirus spreads at UFC events?
Okay.
According to Bloody Elbow, don't be surprised if UFC President Dana White rolls out one of his favorite catchphrases when promotion restarts its fight schedule. He said, or when White makes that claim during the coronavirus pandemic, it will be for a very specific reason, the hope for avoiding liability. He said, "We're regulated by the government." One thing the Fertitta brothers, the former owners of the UFC, loved to stress was that the promotion ran toward regulation in the early days of their time at the helm. With that, the UFC worked with the state athletic commissions, which mandated pre-event safety measures, including physical examinations of the competitors. The athletic commissions put those safety measures in place to ensure UFC fighters were healthy enough to battle inside the octagon. Some states like California, Nevada, and New Jersey have robust pre-fight mandates. Other states like Virginia are less strict. However, if the UFC and its fighters adhere to the rules, the promotion can always say it did what the commission, the government, required before the event to ensure fighter health and safety. That way, if something related to a fighter's health occurs inside the octagon, the UFC can blame the failure on the athletic commission. In other words, White can claim we are regulated by the government, even if that government does a woeful job on pre-fight fighter safety. Which brings us to today and the coronavirus pandemic. If the UFC holds an event, even an event without a crowd, and they do so under the guidance of a commission that does not require pre-event and post-event coronavirus and COVID-19 testing, and maybe even post-fight self-quarantine regulations, the UFC can still claim it did everything the Athletic Commission required. This is frightening for the fighters, their camps, their families, and everyone they come in contact with traveling to and from the events. But what about the others inside the arena on fight night? Even without a crowd, a UFC event requires a substantial number of people. Judges, referees, commentary crew, camera crew, UFC officials, commission officials, seconds,
who cares,
doctors,
right?
Cutmen and women, sound crew, ambulance transport crews, production crew, and arena crew are all on hand during a closed event at the UFC. What about them? Those individuals do not fall under the purview of the State Athletic Commission. What happens if a non-competitor who was not tested for coronavirus or COVID-19 falls ill? Who is liable then? And what if the UFC rushes back to action and allows ticketed fans to attend events even in small numbers? Will the UFC be liable if an outbreak of coronavirus takes place at one of those cards? Another thing to consider is what if the UFC is the acting athletic commission at an event? Yes, the UFC has a set protocol for pre-fight fighter safety when it acts as the commission, but in that case, can the promotion fall back on the "we're regulated by the government" clause? Without knowing where UFC 249 will take place, even without an audience, this is something that has to be considered. Attorney and sports law analyst Dan Lust had the following to say about the UFC situation via email. Here's what he said. These are the kinds of million-dollar questions facing the entire sports landscape. When is it safe to return, and what has to be done to avoid liability? For the UFC, even if they explicitly follow the guidance of the Athletic Commission, it does not necessarily mean that they are 100% completely immune from liability. Instead, in the law, we look to see what equates to reasonable conduct by those hosting or organizing events under the circumstances. For example, if fans attended a UFC event and a large number tested positive for COVID-19, they could sue under the premise that the UFC was negligent in opening their doors. Here, though the failure to test fighters for COVID-19 or quarantine post-fight could be reasonable according to the Athletic Commission, it is not automatically viewed as reasonable in a court of law. As for causation, individual fans would have difficulty establishing that they contracted the virus at the UFC event. However, as a whole, if many contracted it within days, this could help overcome that barrier. It's the same concept behind food poisoning lawsuits against restaurants, i.e., if all those experiencing symptoms attended the same restaurant on the same night, they may be able to convince a court or jury that the food that night was unsafe. This same logic could be used to apply to an alleged outbreak at a UFC event. Still, there is no way to truly know the answers to these questions in the absence of the past legal precedent on point. The fact remains that sports and entertainment will return eventually, and when that happens, it's up to those in charge to provide a reasonably safe venue for all. What that means exactly is anyone's best guess, since the coronavirus pandemic leaves us in truly uncharted territory.
Man, okay. So I want to, wrap everyone's head around that. It would be nice if instead of, Dana White's, he's fucking funny, man. He's going around and he's basically blasting the people that are writing these stories, saying it's all fake and false information, yada, yada, yada. It would be nice to have some sort of like Skype or maybe a phone conference call type deal. You know how they do with the before fight weeks and stuff like that, or months before, where they gather the fighters on a phone line and have a conference call. Why not do that with Dana White, where they have people from the press call in, ask him these questions. So finally we can just move on and say, hey, what are you doing as precautions? What is the backup plan?
People have been doing that already during the pre-fight and post-fight press conferences that he's been hosting since before this coronavirus became a global pandemic. When it was just a little thing, people were already asking him those questions. So it's like...
No, these questions?
These questions about whether or not he could be held liable if the coronavirus happens, or what would he do.
He has never been asked these questions.
During the Tony Ferguson versus Khabib Nurmagomedov press conference, he was asked questions about how the UFC would act with the coronavirus.
Yeah, but that coronavirus versus this coronavirus is a totally different thing.
Yes.
Like this is a whole different animal we're playing with right now.
So you're suggesting he hosts a video panel?
When I don't give a fuck if it's a video panel or a phone conference call. When you have martial law and you have like businesses shutting down and they're talking about stimulus packages for the economy and there's no sports being played at all, I think these are reasonable questions that people are asking. And the problem is the media is going to keep pounding this over and over again, and Dana White's going to keep coming out and saying, well, they're a bunch of pussies and they're lying and this and that, and we're just going to hear the same thing over and over again. Why not just address the pussies? Address them, Dana. That's it. So we can squash all this bullshit. By you going out there and calling them pussies and say it's all fake and this and that, just address the situation, and then we can move on from it. Because I feel like every week it's just the same bullshit over and over again. Mm-hmm. These are legitimate questions.
Yeah.
Answer the question, unless he doesn't have answers for these questions.
Well, I think he does, but you have to remember too, it's not just him like talking to the press that's important. He has to save face for the UFC. So imagine,
we know that he doesn't. Listen, he marches to his own beat.
But
it doesn't really matter what he looks like.
He is put in a situation where he has all this press asking him all these questions at one time, and someone asks him a hard-hitting question, and he doesn't have that ability to answer it the way he wants to.
And that's the reason why this is not happening.
That's the reason that media conference is not happening.
Yeah, that's why it's not happening. Listen,
he has to
I am all for this happening. I want this to happen in the worst way. I really do. But all these things that are coming up and what if scenarios, I think they should be at least addressed, right? And the reason why it's not being addressed is the only thing I could think of. He could prove us wrong here. The only thing I could think of is because he doesn't have the answers to it. He's just like, let's fucking do this. We're going to have them all sign these waivers. We're going to send them in. These people need to make money. I need to put on a show. The UFC needs to make money. The fans want this. We're going for this. I get that. Guns blazing attitude. Listen, if these people are willing to risk their lives in the cage, they're willing to risk their lives with the coronavirus too. That's how they're badasses. And I respect whatever decisions these people want to make. But there is consequences, and I'm just curious what are the answers for the consequences?
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
Besides that, all media is pussies, which listen, I can't argue that either. I can't. I'm a big pussy. And I don't even think I'm the media.
Not media.
I don't know what the hell I am, to be honest. I'm just a YouTuber. Chat, what do you think? Should they have some sort of press conference or just fuck it? Let's just go for it and let the dice fall where they land. I don't know.
Matt C says because he wants to say, look, it's bollocks. But then some idiot will be like, my 95-year-old diabetic asthma granny died and you don't care? Remco says, what the fuck? I'm sorry, Remco, I missed it. Drunk Savage says, no, don't ruin it. Moss, just do it, bro, says Vigo.
But I'm not really... Here's the thing. Let me make this very clear, okay? I want these fights to happen for my business, for my pleasure. I want these fights to happen. In fact, the fact that he's saying that UFC 249 is to go, and then he's just going to throw like 3 events at us at once. We're going to talk about that as well. He's lumping a bunch of fights together and just throwing it in front of us. Yes, give me that. I want this. I want this in the worst way. But at the same time, I want him to answer these questions so we don't have to cover the same bullshit over and over again. Because honestly, the news is flooded with this, and they're legit questions.
Yes.
So, I mean, answer those questions, and then we'll move on. The problem is this. And this is why they're not doing it. Maybe they don't have the answers. Or
No,
maybe,
they have the answers.
Maybe the answers that they will give the media will not be acceptable, and that will open the doors to more questions. And Dana White's like, fuck it. I don't want to even talk to these people because they're going to spin everything I say and make it worse.
Well, I'll give you a taste of what Dana White would go through right now.
Okay.
Imagine you're Dana White and you just made that speech, and Arioka is part of the press. And he says,
hold on.
So what you're really saying is that you don't care if we all die.
And Arioka, I don't
No,
care.
he's the press. Say press. Media, say press. Arioka's the press, and you're Dana White. You just made that speech.
Yeah,
And the
Arioka, I don't care. I just want to see fights.
But that's a perfect example. That's exactly what Dana White would be going through. Dana White would explain something the same way Moss did, and then someone from the press would come in and be like, oh, so you don't care if we live or die? Or, oh, there's older people out there who can catch it and die. Like, that's exactly the kind of feedback he's going to get from the press.
But he's going to have to, here's the problem though. He's going to have to answer these questions regardless. When they throw an event, eventually there is going to be some sort of press conference where the press will be allowed back in, where he's going to have to answer these questions. And what is worse, answering these questions now or them making the pandemic worse and then all of a sudden saying, well...
So, if they do a closed-door event for April 18th, chances are there will be no press.
Mm-hmm.
There will be no, like, post-fight press conference or anything like that. So he can dodge that easily because it's not going to happen.
So they're testing Ngannou.
Yeah.
They're testing him right now.
He tested negative.
And he is negative because, listen, black don't crack. Black, there's no coronavirus getting into those muscles, those big brown muscles. No way it's getting in there. So Ngannou's good, and thank God. Hopefully Rosenstruck is good, and hopefully everyone in the UFC is good. We haven't heard anything about anyone getting the coronavirus. In New York, 1 out of every 1,000 people have the coronavirus.
We have like 27,000 cases now. We are the only state in double-digit 1,000 cases.
Yeah. Maybe it's his big penis. It's possible, right?
Probably.
I have a little penis, so I should stay indoors at all times, and a terrible complexion. So,
You have a wonderful complexion.
No, my skin is all weak and feeble.
What?
And Caucasian, it's terrible. So, and now they're saying 1 in every 630. So that was yesterday, 1 in 1,000.
Yeah.
Maybe today is 1 and 630. It's possible. It's very possible. If you think about it, it's just getting worse and worse. And there are a lot of people that aren't getting tested that probably have it. You know. So when you have something like this, and all you need is one person to come up positive for the coronavirus throughout this, it really doesn't make the organization look good at all. So we should have answers from Dana White. Hey, are these fighters signing a waiver? Mm-hmm. Is this do you think this is irresponsible for this to happen? Like, I don't know, like any of these questions that pop up, answer them. Instead of just calling them pussies, just answer the questions, and then we can move on. And I know this is going to be bad, and I know Dana White's probably going to hate me for saying this. But aren't you a pussy for not answering the questions? Am I wrong?
No. But, yes. It's not that he's being a pussy. You have to remember, he is the face of the UFC. He has to do everything he can to protect the organization.
I just buried I just dug our fucking grave, Jesse.
He's not a pussy. I don't think he is. Because I think that, first of all, there's going to be no press. If it's a closed-door event, there's not going to be any press for him to have to dodge in the first place. Second, he's the face of the UFC. He has to protect the organization. And it's not about him lying to you. It's not about him lying to the fans. No. It's just he has to know what to say and when to say it, because people panic like that super fast. Yeah. So if he says one thing wrong, the media panics. They throw out all these fake news bullshit, and then everyone clings to it, and they're like, oh, this is what's going on in the UFC. And it's not true.
And with no news right now for MMA media, this is all they got.
Exactly. And they will twist it and turn it and word it however they want to make you believe a certain way. That's not the truth.
Listen, and let me make this very clear, okay? I want these fights to happen. For myself, my personal reasons, my business, everything. I want these fights to happen. I need these fights to happen, right? I'm a big fan of the UFC. I need it, okay? I just wish we would just clean this up a little bit and then we could move on. I wouldn't be a human being if I didn't have these questions myself. And I think a lot of people have these questions. When we did the poll, everyone's like, "Fuck it, let's go, let's have the fights." What is going to happen if one person does have the coronavirus, and then what if this does spread? Like one person slips through the cracks, has the coronavirus.
It would be the same exact situation as what happened with the NBA. One person popped with the coronavirus, the whole system shut down. It'd be the same thing.
Would this be devastating for the UFC if something like that happened?
No, I think it's going to be like any other sports organization right now. If one person pops positive, okay, well, we pushed it as far as we could. No more.
Well,
end it until.
But no other
this whole thing
sport
blows
is
over.
taking this gamble.
The NBA took that gamble.
No, I'm saying now. I'm talking. Listen, you're talking past.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to say we pushed it as far as we could. He's going to keep pushing it as far as he can.
But my point is this: no other sport is going right now. So and he shut down because of the coronavirus. There was it's 3 fights that were supposed to happen. They kind of squashed it and they postponed it
because of state regulations.
Yes. So now for them to go back in there and say, no, we're still doing this.
Yes.
Wouldn't that, if God forbid something happens, wouldn't that, who would be responsible?
Not him. If the commission, which is...
So the commission that sanctions it.
Yes. If the commission says, hey, you can run your organization in our state, we're going to allow it. What's he going to do? Yes, I want to make money.
So when everyone lunges at him with pitchforks and goes crazy, like, oh my God.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to say, well, the commission allowed us to do it.
So he's going to throw them under the bus.
If the commission thought it was going to be such a serious deal, why would they allow us to do it?
He will do that. Yeah, he will do that. He will deflect and then blame other people for the reasoning that it happened.
It's not even about blaming it. He's right. If that happens, he would be right because the commission should not allow him to do that if there is that risk.
But if he is a boss of a company, right?
He's trying to make money.
I understand he's trying to make money, but wouldn't he has other people's lives and he's risking those people's lives, right?
Yes.
Does that not tarnish his reputation in any way?
You could argue that it would, but honestly, I think as an MMA fan, knowing that they run off of the commission and they run off of what the commission tells them what they can and can't do, I would look at it and be like, well, it's not his fault. The commission told him he could do it.
So if he gets in front of these reporters and says,
and they try to blast him,
and they go after him, he's like, listen, if they sanction it, if we can get a place that sanctions this, we're going to do that, and that's what he needs to say. But the problem is this: if he does do that, that puts a lot of pressure on a place that's going to sanction a fight like this, and then they're gonna be like, whoa, pump the brakes. We don't want to do this.
No, he won't say it. He won't say it before the event.
See, that's where the problem is.
Yes.
That is where the problem lies, and we'll see what happens. Apparently, by the end of this week,
Dana White's a smart man, and everyone's underestimated him every single time he's pulled something off. So I wouldn't underestimate him this time, and I won't underestimate him 10 years from now. This guy knows what the fuck he's doing. He knows how to get out. He's probably thought 10 steps ahead. He's probably already thought of everything you've thought about.
As a businessman, I agree with you 100%. He has done things.
He doesn't make it right.
But as a human being that knows nothing about pandemics,
no, you're right.
How the hell can we commend him?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make it right.
That's the thing. Like, if he gets away with this, it would be the biggest fucking move that he has made. He's gonna look like a beast, saying, "Look, we're overreacting for nothing here."
And he's the only sports organization running right now.
It would look great, but I think the consequences
are severe,
devastating. He's a gambling man, and that's what Dana White's doing right now. He is rolling the dice, and he's like, "Let's go. You want to take a ride? Let's go. Let's go to the casino, boys."
Listen, I can't kill the man. I can't.
Super chat.
Brett Baratheon.
Anyone hating on Dana is fucking crazy.
There you go.
Crazy AF.
So
you have to remember, it's not just one person that runs a sports organization. This is a team of hundreds of people who are involved in decision making. This isn't just Dana White makes the decisions.
I understand that.
So, no, I'm not talking to you.
But who is responsible then?
Dana White would be
if everyone's just putting fingers this way and that way, who would be responsible?
So theoretically, Dana White would be held responsible because he's the face of the UFC. But technically, the Athletic Commission is responsible.
I would love to see these waivers that the fighters have to sign. It probably has a skull and crossbones on the top and the bottom of the page. Just don't look at that.
What I was thinking was, Ngannou was tested for COVID-19, and I know the tests are very scarce right now because everybody's trying to get tested. Everybody thinks they're sick. But what if they did that when they host these events, have all the athletes tested for the virus, like 2 days in advance?
He has to. Like, he has to test these fighters.
But they don't have access to that kind of...
keep them. Well, maybe they do. I mean, how did Ngannou get tested so quick?
I don't know. Some people can get into and get tested.
He was grown in a laboratory. That's why. He's a test tube fighter. He is grown. We all know Francis Ngannou was grown in the UFC facility. All this
I
bullshit
think
that they were
that would
talking
take
about.
a lot of heat off of Dana White. If he had, now he probably doesn't, because like I said, the tests are extremely scarce. My friend in Arizona couldn't get tested, and she had all the symptoms.
But he is not grown in a factory, in a test tube lab.
But what I'm saying is, if he could get his hands on that, not that he would, but if he could get all of the athletes on that card tested, like 2 days prior to the event, and they all pop negative.
During a pandemic.
Look, it's Dana White. He needs toilet paper.
You just shut the fuck up and let Daddy Dana handle things, you goof. Even if someone tests positive, I'm fucking bulletproof. I will risk all your grandparents for this. JBH, my offer still stands if you want to be a ring girl cutie pie.
Oh
No,
my
thank
God.
you.
What do you think, Jesse?
No,
Should you
thanks.
take him up on that?
No, I'm okay.
Thank you, Dana White. Wow. Dana White, listen. You know, it's funny because, like I said before, I want the fights to happen. My job here is, Jesse's on one side, so I'm trying to play devil's advocate. That's literally what I'm doing here. I'm trying to pull out what I want is the UFC to happen. I don't give a fuck. If everyone agrees to doing this, go for it. Knock yourself out. But if we both are just on the same page and say, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
When's the fight? Who's on the card? Let's talk about that. I feel like I'm doing a disservice to the people that say, well, what about the consequences?
Mm-hmm.
And
But
that
you know
is
what?
that it's a legitimate argument.
Here's how I look at it, though. You shouldn't play devil's advocate, and I'll tell you why. The MMA media, and Dana White already said it, is doing that for you. They're being a bunch of pussies and complaining about Dana White and throwing shade at Dana White for this and that. They are playing devil's advocate already.
Well, yeah, they're trying to pull some good stories.
Be on Dana's side and tell how we really feel, because we've already got like 500 people playing devil's advocate right now. Who's on
okay.
Dana's side?
Listen, I am on Dana's side. I am. But I'd be lying if I said I was 100%. I'm probably 70% on Dana's
I
side.
agree with you that it is extremely dangerous, irresponsible, and probably a little selfish too. But as far as the fans are concerned, as an MMA fan, am I complaining that I'm going to see UFC 249 on the date that it was supposed to happen?
No.
No.
Will you feel bad after rooting?
Absolutely.
And
if
some people
someone
die from
pops with coronavirus, I would feel really bad, because
So
I
how would
paid
you-
for that pay-per-view
Yeah.
and I influenced.
You contributed.
Yeah, I contributed to them hosting that event.
And how would you feel better afterwards? So say what could the UFC do to ease your mind saying, well, you know what? We made the right move, even though some shit
Honestly,
went down.
if Dana White were to come out and just either one, take full responsibility for it and be like, listen, we knew that this was a risk. All the fighters knew that this was a risk and they did it anyways. Made it clear that the fighters did this on their own accord. Or the Athletic Commission. The Athletic Commission should not make anything happen if any athletes are at risk.
Well, the Athletic Commission is sketch as fuck. Because look what happened with John Jones. He couldn't fight in Las Vegas. And then miraculously, they fucking shipped him over to, LA? And then boom. Hey, you can fight here. Like, money talks. It's not about, well, they're letting it happen. Money talks. So basically,
I think there are some commissions you can pay and some you can't. Because if money really talked, then they would have paid the Las Vegas Commission or the Nevada Commission to let him fight that night. And they couldn't offer them any amount of money that would have allowed that.
Brett Baratheon.
JBH, I emailed you an article. When the show is over, make sure you read it, please.
I will.
The mortality rate is much lower than people think. The regular flu is much worse. We cannot shut our country down more than the next week. Cannot happen.
All right,
Read
so
it, JBH.
And listen, and according to Trump, you know, this thing is back by Easter. He's saying everything's gonna be back. We got this. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Let me make this clear. I don't want, and thank you, Brett Baratheon. I appreciate that, man. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I do not want to go down the rabbit hole of the flu is worse than the
Or is the
coronavirus.
coronavirus a real
Coronavirus
thing?
is worse than the flu. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole
Yeah.
because honestly, I'm not a doctor. And chances are you're not a doctor. And if you are you an infectious diseases doctor? We don't know what stats are real and what stats are false. All we know is this. We're hearing people are dying. They're closing everything down. There's nothing we can really do about it, but just talk about the UFC. So that's what I'm going to do here. I don't know the deal, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to, I can't really get into that.
None of us can really argue. The only
Yeah.
thing that I go based off of is that people close to me, friends and family members, and even some of your friends that I've befriended on Facebook and stuff, know people, and some of them are close to me who have come down with these symptoms and have been hospitalized already. So it's not like this is a fake thing. This is actually happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could all agree that people have died from the coronavirus, right?
Yeah.
Yes, people have died from the flu and other things too as well. I mean, for us to get into that debate, it doesn't really solve
It's
anything.
and we'd be
you know?
getting to it for like 2 hours because
It doesn't solve anything.
everybody has
We'd
a
be
different opinion.
literally chasing our tails in circles. We just be going back and forth. So we'll save that for some other channel.
But I will read it, Brett. I will read it.
Look at this over here. This poll: should the UFC 249 proceed as planned? And 1,100 votes, and 82% say go for it. So Dana White is listening to the fans, and he's going for it. He's rolling the dice. He's doing it.
It does make me think now, though, that ever since you asked me that question, will you feel bad if something happens? And I never asked myself that before you had just brought it up. And now looking at this poll, this 82%, I asked the same thing. Will this 82% of people feel bad
I don't think MMA fans are like that.
if something happened?
We are a bunch of scumbags. Let's be honest.
Rahelio even says it. He says selfish bastards. And
We are very selfish
It
as
makes
fans.
you think, yeah, because you want it so bad. You know what you want, and you're going to keep pushing to get what you want until you realize that lives are at risk.
Well, you only live once, right?
So let's just get the coronavirus.
I don't know how we're gonna live, how long we're gonna live, but we live one time, as far as I know. So I'm gonna have to say, yeah, let's go for it, right? I don't know. We got some donations coming in over here.
Shopping during a
Pandemic.
No NBA, barely any MMA, and the NFL season is probably going to be affected, which sucks because I was really looking forward to watching Nelson Aguilar drop passes on my Raiders. Would you guys have predicted this from when it was announced?
Man. And I'm hearing like sports injuries, like Noah Syndergaard's having Tommy John surgery.
I would not have predicted it, no.
Tom Brady has very limited time left. He's going to the Bucks. I want to see him play over there. Like there are things that are going. Now, listen. I mean, chances are everything's going to go back to normal. They're going to figure everything out, and everything's going to be fine. But it is a bummer, man. It's a complete bummer.
CBD.
CBD.
CBD. CBD.
Splendid shots.
CBD. CBD. CBD.
CBD.
CBD. CBD.
Hell yeah, Nate Diaz.
CBD.
What's Nate think about
helps
this?
With healing process and inflammation and stuff like that. So you wanted to get these for before or after the fight training and make your life a better place.
MMA holes. Enjoy watching the show. I usually try to tune in and drop a like, and I get a wonderful.
Wonderful.
You sure can. Splendid shot. Thank you for the donation.
Wonderful.
Can you drop a wonderful in the chat for a Splendid shot, for God's sakes? He needs a shot of Splenda in these hard times.
Yeah.
So we got another donation coming in over here. Thank you to the donators on this coronavirus Wednesday night, season 4, episode 12. We ain't stopping over here.
Yeah.
We keep it going. We want to know from the chat, too, what do you think of this whole situation? I mean, it's pretty obvious.
shopping during a pandemic.
Roberto Hernandez.
If things weren't bad as is, I read about a new virus in China called hantavirus. Rodents. A lot of places will be full.
God, man. I know. Let's just add on to it, right?
You know what's weird is there was a virus that just happened like 2 weeks ago in China after this whole coronavirus thing came out. They now have a new strain of bird flu, which is H5N9 or H5N1 or something like that just happened just like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And now they're fighting that on top of the coronavirus.
Listen, I don't know. It's just nature's way of thinning the herd, I think. All these viruses.
Yet you don't feel bad about the okay, folks. A-okay
CTE.
hand.
You don't feel bad about CTE. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're in, and Drunk makes a point, right? We're in we root for a sport where men and women go in a cage and they beat the living shit out of each other. It's a dangerous sport. It's a very, very dangerous sport. And that's probably why this poll is the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we have questions. We feel bad. But at the same time, what are we watching here? I said this to Jesse too. I'm like, if anything made the UFC and MMA bad, right? Look bad, I should say. You know, a lot of people just like, I won't watch that. That's terrible. It's all violent and it's just uncalled for, unnecessary violence. That's not a sport. Those are gladiators and that's just ridiculous. You know, that's how a lot of people think about it. So this is the sport that we chose to follow. So for us to be like, well, we don't want anyone to die. They are putting themselves in cages. Now they're not dying, but they are risking their lives in there.
I think the risk is a little bit different, Chris.
Maybe not. Maybe
You
that's why.
serious?
Maybe that is why the poll is the way it is. Listen, it's a dangerous sport as it is.
Well, in fairness, every sport is dangerous.
I tell you what, though, it's not going to get any new fans. If anything, it might hurt the sport because they're going to probably be people. So let's put it this way. And this is how I think it might hurt the sport. The Brazil card didn't get any spectacular ratings. Actually, it did terrible because I think there were people that are upset that he even had fights going on. Mm-hmm. Now you have UFC 249 and you have the hardcore fans that are pumped up. You have some casuals that could be like, well, this is the only thing going on. I want to watch it. But you're also going to alienate that audience that says this is despicable.
Yeah.
So now you're not getting really any more casual fans and you're losing existing MMA fans. This might hurt the sport. I don't know if it will, but I'm just basing it off of the Brazil card. No one gave a fuck. Mm-hmm. Now it's Tony Habib. It's a whole different story. But think about it. The sport might actually lose more fans because they can't believe that they're risking these fighters' safety. I don't know. I don't care. I want the fights. I'm just trying to think all over the place here. I'm trying to throw this in your face and let you decide.
Super chat.
Ethan Roberts.
Wonderful, wonderful Zeus.
Wonderful.
Shout to Zeus. All right. Thank you, Ethan Roberts, for the donation. You are wonderful, wonderful, for God's sakes. All over the world watching tonight. 219 hanging.
Hanging with the boys.
With the boys. Thank you for the donations. We'll get into the chat in a second over here as the donations are flying through. That's Ethan Roberts. And we have another one here coming from from Russia, Jesse.
Okay, I gotta go pee-pee.
All right, go pee-pee as I'll let this Russian come in here. We all know this Russian very well. His name is
Shopping during a pandemic.
Been seeing a lot of hate crimes and racism against Chinese people floating around on the internet. Crazy side effect. Also, Kenshiro no longer identifies as Chinese. He's now South Korean.
Is that what people are doing now? They're switching over like, I am not Chinese anymore. What are you talking about? They're wearing disguises. I mean, what are we going to do? When the whole 9/11 thing went down, everyone was getting away from anyone with turbans. Not everyone with a turban is going to crash a plane into a building. Not every Chinese person is going to have. Well, then again, you never know. Maybe every Chinese person has. I don't know. Listen, what are we going to do? We got to live our lives. I think you distance yourselves from everyone, right? I think I've always distanced myself from Chinese people, so I think I'll be fine. I'm kidding. Anyway, let's see what's going on in this chat over here as we are having some fun on a coronavirus Wednesday. The pandemic in full effect. The fight is probably going to happen in some place like Saudi Arabia or Abu Dhabi. I thought it was going to be outside of the country too, but I don't know now. I really don't know. I think it might be in the States. They were talking Florida. I don't know if that's the place, but any place that'll take them. Don't distance yourself from the MMA holes, bro. Yeah, I mean, we got this chat. We can talk to each other all over the world. Chinese buffet scene is done, bro. How do you think the pay-per-view numbers do, Moss? People are broke, but gagging gore sport? Wait, hold on. He probably meant something else. Gagging, wishing for sport? I don't know. Lick my balls. UFC 249 will happen. Open the phone lines. Hello. May I take your order? Who wins between Jorge Masvidal and Leon Edwards? Kind of curious what you think. Well, Jorge won the first exchange in the hallway. Hallway Masvidal. In the cage. You know what? I'll go with Jorge. Even though Leon's been a beast, I'm going to go with Jorge. And here's another thing. When the UFC does come back, because it will. April 18th, that's what they're saying. It will come back. What kind of Jorge Masvidal are we going to see? What kind of any fighter? This has to take a toll on the fighters. Yes, they're training, but they don't have the training that they're getting when they can have every guy come in. Like, you send in specific fighting style fighters to come in and train with, spar with, roll with. You don't really have that luxury anymore. You can have one person here, two people perhaps, but you can't have a whole room of people on and off helping you, working on that cardio, doing the whole deal. I'm curious how the fighters are going to react to something like this. Maybe Habib won't be as dominating as he was before because he can't get that training in that he needs. Do you think that's going to affect a guy like Habib?
No.
Okay.
Nothing affects Habib. No,
Habib is impenetrable.
Super chat.
Logan.
Coronavirus thirsts in Cardi B voice. Smiley face.
Coronavirus in Cardi B voice. Now, I honestly barely know what Cardi and who Cardi B is. So, Jesse, you want to take that one?
Isn't Cardi B the one that that looks like Nicki Minaj but kind of doesn't.
I'm gonna get. So how does she sound?
Didn't she sing?
Maybe coronavirus. Maybe she has a new song called the coronavirus song. I don't know.
She sang.
Yeah, I don't really know Cardi B. I'm sorry.
What's a Cardi
I know
B
she's,
song?
That's pretty bad. We don't know. And I got made fun of at a barbecue for that.
During a pandemic.
I have no idea who the hell she is. Kainoto.
The dumbest shit to come out of all this is the WWE holding their fake event in front of no one. Imagine being the retard that gets his neck broken from a botched move in front of 0 people. Talk about asinine. This is a different topic. Rip Warrior.
Rip Warrior. Yeah. WWE. Now, how the hell? Did they do a show without a crowd yet, Jess? Do you know?
The WWE?
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard
Oh, God, I got
from
to see
another
that.
podcaster that there was a no crowd event. But I don't know
How does that work?
I don't know if it was like Raw or whatever, Smack Time or whatever you call it. Like, it was one of those
But
events.
how does that work?
They did it like, no, they were like talking into the microphone.
So they're just
like,
talking to the audience at home.
staring at the camera, but like they weren't talking to any. There was no reciprocation
Oh,
from anyone
man.
around them.
That sounds horrific. Listen, I'm not a WWE fan in any way. When I was a
Oh,
kid.
SmackDown. Sorry,
Little
Not
WWF?
Smack Time. It's SmackDown.
Smack Time. I like Smack Time better. This feels like a Smack Time. But I can't picture. And anyone in the chat watch it? Let me know how it went down. It sounds horrific. Because they feed off of the fans with the
Yeah.
boos and the signs. And do they have like just signs taped to the seats over there? Like
No, it's like
Austin 316?
Like all this, they didn't really get this. This is just off of one clip I saw. Now I didn't see the whole event. I just saw one little clip. They didn't really get like all the seats behind them. It was just like a close up of their face and a couple of empty seats behind them.
I have
And
to
then
see
they were
this.
like staring into the camera and talking to their opponent.
What you gonna do when the coronavirus comes for you, brother?
Crickets. Crickets.
That's
Yeah,
right. All my Hulkamaniacs, let's go.
I mean, wait.
Yeah.
That sounds horrific.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do when COVID-19 comes for you?
Yeah, Mark Roberts, I don't waste my time watching Smack Time either. So don't worry.
Smack Time. All right, let's get to the donations over here. Coming in.
Super
Coming in
chat.
hot, Logan.
LM Woo Fook Cardi B, Connor the Goat Voice, Smiley Face.
There you go. Connor, the goat voice. Conor McGregor, do you have the story where he put out that sincere thing? Maybe we'll go to his Instagram. We'll
I
go
do the next story actually. he's
Connor's becoming. I
donating.
think he's a saint now. I think Connor is.
No, he's just finding redemption.
I am the voice of the people, and I say that we must close the borders. We must all drink the Proper 12 unanimously, simultaneously.
Super chat.
Sound like Stimpy or Ren, I think.
Xbox or PS4 or Zeus.
PS4.
PS4 all day. I don't
This
know. We'll
is
play the
how
Conor
you do
McGregor
it.
thing. I'm gonna look for that as the
So, do
donation
you want me
story.
to tell you the story? It's the next story, Moss.
Yeah,
You're
I'm just-
actually doing good segues leading into.
Yeah, let me catch up on these donations. I'll pull this story up over here. And we have a couple of donations popping in. Thank you for the donos. Appreciate it. You're wonderful.
Wonderful.
Is, you know that Conor impersonation just fucked up my voice. It just tore up my whole
You
throat.
have to be careful.
I know. I can't do impersonations with the coronavirus. I keep forgetting.
Stop. You don't have
Super
the coronavirus.
chat.
I
Stop
keep
saying.
forgetting. Brett.
Fight virus, who gives a fuck, it'll all come out in the wash.
So he's saying, who gives a fook? It'll all come out in the wash.
Who gives a fuck?
Right? You just this is what you do, Jesse. This is very true too. You fight, and then you take your little skimpy shorts, you throw them in the washer. It just takes all the coronavirus out of it, and you're good to go.
But what about all the coronavirus in your hair? and on
Hop
your
in the
skin?
shower. Doesn't have to be warm or cold. They debunked that myth
But
of
it
hot
has
water.
to be antibacterial.
Just don't touch your face,
soap.
right? And don't touch your opponent's face. Oh wait, they punch each other's face. How's that gonna work?
After I heard about the 14-day self-quarantine for New Yorkers, I could not help but think about that scene from I Am Legend where the military blew up the bridges to keep the New Yorkers from leaving. I am originally from NYC, by the way.
Hello, Dapper Dave. Thank you. Should I say what I was telling you before?
You will not say that.
I had a theory of what they were gonna do in New York, but Jesse won't let me say it.
No.
Why can't I just say these
Not
things?
that.
You know, the MMA holes used to be a
listen,
place where I could say whatever the hell was on
You
my
do
mind.
say whatever the
Can
hell
I
you
just
want,
say it?
but there's one thing, and that's all I ask.
Oh, God damn it.
It's
restrictions.
one thing. I've never asked you not to say anything.
You ask me a lot of things not to say.
One thing.
I like to be politically incorrect, or I like to say, you know, I'm going to say, this is ridiculous.
Chris,
I'm going to say it.
Please don't.
What?
I'm asking you nicely.
Why?
'Cause
Why
I
do you
have-
stop me from saying things?
It's not about stopping you. I have concerns.
Am I a
with you
pussy
saying
right
these
now? For
things.
let me know in the
It's
chat.
not about you. Can you stop making everything about you?
This is crazy.
Now you're just egging
No,
them
because
on
I'm
to
thinking
saying
it's
it.
such a ridiculous thing that I'm gonna say that it
But
doesn't make
why
any
would you
sense.
say it?
But why would you stop me from saying?
I
I
will
have the
tell you
cringiest
after
show ever.
the show why.
Oh my god.
Am I not allowed to have my
All
own
right.
concerns?
Listen, I'm going to be a good boyfriend in this. This is killing my soul.
I don't know why it's not about
I could make
you.
a whole bit out of this,
This has nothing to do with you.
but I'm not going to say it. Fine. Back to the donations.
Why do you make everything about you?
It's not about. It's about you. You don't want me to say it.
Khabib versus
Yeah.
Tony in Moscow. Then Tony wins TKO round 3, then leaves arena and gets jumped by the Russians, then gets coronavirus, then Khabib retires low.
Khabib's not going to retire.
Oh man.
That's silly.
Khabib versus Tony in Moscow. Then Tony wins TKO round 3, then leaves arena and gets jumped by a bunch of Russians. Then gets the coronavirus. Then Khabib retires. What a donation! Thank you. That was a good one there. I like that. Yeah, I know. Drop pussy in the chat. I know. I'm a complete pussy. Listen, I deserve it.
You asked them to do that.
Chrissy's so hot.
I've been a fan of your show for a few months now, and I wonder what is your job? What do you do during the day and when you are not streaming? You've always been an MMA streamer? I love you, Moss. You are just so hot. And I'm a guy.
I was a delivery man. I was a DJ. I was a photographer. And now I'm an MMA hole. Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Jesse, would you like to say the things you've done before being
You
an
didn't
MMA
ask
hole?
me. He asked you.
Well, we have a little thing. All right, let's get into that Conor McGregor story.
My foot was a balloon.
All right, here we go.
Conor McGregor's donating over $1 million in medical supplies to Irish hospitals. He's also urging Ireland to do a 100% lockdown on the country.
Okay, so there you go. No, I'm not getting pressed. I asked for the pussy. I want everyone just spam it. Moss is a pussy. Just light me on fire. I need to take this public humiliation.
Yeah, he asked you to do this to himself.
I know. Give me it. Give me it in the chat right now. Spam the pussy.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. So let's go over to Instagram over here. IG. The old IG. Conor McGregor. All right. The Notorious. So he got very serious. There we go. Spam that away. I love that. The pussy moss. All right. So Conor McGregor, he puts this out over here. Very serious stuff. Very serious. Look into his eyes. Look into me eyes. Wait, what the hell? That's just... Oh, wait, I can't... Hold on a second. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
So the only thing I could think about in this video is how winded he gets throughout the video. Right? Did you notice that, Jess, when you listened to this?
No.
Don't be upset, Jesse. I asked him to call me a pussy. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not upset.
Okay. All right, so here we go. Yeah, I feel like you're upset.
I'm never upset.
All right. Here we go. Conor McGregor. There he is. Look at that beautiful face. Okay, here we go. Now, the only thing I can keep on noticing throughout this video is he gasps for air over and over and over again. It's kind of weird. You'd think his cardio would be a little bit better.
Hello, everyone.
You hear that gasp for air? Like right in the beginning. What is up with this man? Whoa. What is up with his cardio?
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Jesse, what's going on with this man's cardio?
No, I don't know.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Ireland. I would like to address my nation. To the people of Ireland, to our President, Michael D. Higgins, to Vice Admiral Mark Mellett, to Garda Commissioner Drew Harris, Chief Medical Officer Tony Houlihan, Leo, the two Simons, Mary and Mihal. I respect you all greatly, and I would like to put forth some of my thinking.
He's going to put forth some of his thinking, Jesse. Now, through this time of coronavirus, I've been saying to myself, man, I hope Conor McGregor adjusts the situation because I don't know what I'm going to do.
I want to say that while we are all currently debating a full lockdown, I feel that we must. Any time spent debating this is needless time from the clock. I know a good tough fight when I see one, and we have one on our hands now. I want to call upon my people, the great people of Ireland.
They're great.
By the way, look at the shape this man's in, Jesse. The arms completely chiseled from Irish stone. His chest, his pectoral muscles perfect.
Yeah.
His bowling ball shoulders.
He just can't breathe.
Oh my, he just has bad cardio.
This fight needs us all. We are all in the red corner together, awaiting the bell. So let's gather together and ring the bell ourselves.
Look at the intensity in this man's face, Jesse. How would you describe the intensity from McGregor right now?
Well, someone in the chat just brought it up too. His aunt died of corona, so he's probably really feeling it.
Oh yeah, his aunt did die. As you know, it sucks.
Including the people of the rest of the world. True lockdown must begin, and it must begin now. A lockdown together. A lockdown united. We must close our airports. We must close all non-essential business. We must cut all non-essential travel. Commissioner Harris and Vice Admiral Mellett, we must prepare and deploy our units.
Do they have an Admiral Mallet?
No, I don't think that's what he said.
Admiral Mallet?
Admiral Mellett,
Yeah, I think he did too.
If your last name is Mallet, you have to be an admiral. You can't be anything else. You got to be a badass if your name is Mallet.
Director Mallet.
Right? Hey Mallet, get over here.
Commissioner Harris and Vice Admiral Mellett, we must prepare and deploy our units to all and any known built-up areas across our country now. President Higgins, you must give these great men and women the power to enforce this task if necessary. However, I know that when the true seriousness of this is understood, as it is becoming now, our great nation will oblige.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He is passionate about this coronavirus. He is passionate. He is trying to tell the people. He's pleading with the people. Please, Ireland, you got to shut it down.
Nation will oblige and impeccably do so. It is time for a full lockdown, and we are ready. Powers that be, I am calling to you all. The fate of our great island depends on it. This is my proposal, and I pray that we can make this happen. We need to take
that gasp. Man, he's getting winded.
We need to take the same measures of some of the heavier affected countries, only we must do it in quicker time. We have the advantage here in that we can see this coming. We can see this coming. But if we do not act on our advantage, then we cannot expect different results. We are not adhering to social distancing, at least not to the extent required to halt exponential growth. A lockdown will facilitate this. It will reduce transmissions, it will take the pressure off of our frontline staff, and it will allow us to identify all of our cases. These methods are stringent but necessary.
By the way, just in, this is actually breaking news. Oh my God, Jesse, I can't even believe this is, oh my God, breaking news here. Oh, shit. You guys ready? Oh my God, chat, get ready. We have breaking news just getting in here. This just in. Conor McGregor will be fighting on UFC 249. I shit you not. It is going down. UFC 249. Holy shit. I'm just looking through the news here real quick. Hold on. Oh my God, I just see his opponent. All right. So his opponent is the coronavirus.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
And Hong Kong. Ireland, we have got this. Not only do we have the formula, we have it ahead of time. Let's go, Ireland. Let's go, rest of the world. Lockdown, united. Together we stand. God bless us all.
He's very religious now, Conor.
You're getting called a dickhead now.
That's what you get for calling me a pussy. Yeah. Do you think anyone actually believed it?
I believed you for a minute.
Jessie was looking at me. She's like...
I was about to look it up. I was like, wait, are you serious?
Jesse's like...
I was going to look it up.
As I'm doing the bit, she's like, what? What? Are you serious? No fucking way.
I was going to look it up and see if you were right.
Anyway, here's religious Conor. So he's pleading. I mean, listen, we joke around over it, but he's very serious. What do you take from this? Him coming out and saying, pleading with them, lock it down. This is serious. Let's go. What do you think of him doing this? Is this a PR stunt? Is it something serious?
No, I think he takes it seriously. You have to remember, he had a family member who died of the coronavirus. Like, this is something that anyone who would take serious, anyone would take serious in a situation like that if they had to go through the same thing. You know, especially if your family's very close to you. So I know if it were my family member that happened to, knock on wood that never happens, then I would 100% probably be pushing for the same exact thing.
100%. This is serious. I honestly think he's like, hey, I have a platform. Let me go out there and let me just say something. My aunt died. My aunt, how do I say auntie? I don't know. Listen, you could say what you will. I mean, a lot of people are going to, tease him and say all these things about him. A lot of people don't like Conor, and that's fine. But in this situation,
but when a family member dies,
yeah, and someone dies, it's a whole different ballgame. But I do like the fact that people are going out there and trying to use their platform to try to push something that they truly believe in that can help. And listen, lockdowns are important. The only way to stop a virus, the spread of a virus, I should say, is to lock people down. I mean, people have to work, but if it is that serious, if I had a relative that died from it, my coronavirus jokes wouldn't be as,
sincere.
Not sincere. Well, I wouldn't be as cringy as I am with the coronavirus jokes. I probably would tone it down a little bit, but I don't, thank God. And hopefully I never have someone pass from the coronavirus. So let me know in the chat what you think of Conor McGregor as he is praying for a lockdown.
Worldwide Exclusive says, Corona, where are you? Khabib send location. Flat Earth says he should offer proper 12 coupon for all the hostages. Artem did it first, says Drunk Savage. Jimmy Tweedle says PSA. Toxic 5870 says 100 likes. We'll do it when Moss gets back from PPing. Remco says, who wins Conor versus Jorge at 170? A 5-rounder. Who wins? I would say Conor. I'm kind of leaning towards Jorge if it's a 5-rounder, says Remco. Drunk Savage says Tony taps Khabib. That's not happening, Drunk. It's not fucking happening. God. I love Jesse. God. I love Flat Earth. Kainoda says, I think it shows how much of a monster he is by using the crisis for his benefit. All right, Kainoda, I have to say this. Listen, I'm not like the biggest Conor fan after everything that he's done and all the shenanigans that he's been through. And I agree with you on a lot of situations when it comes to people defending Conor just because they like him. But I will say, I don't think that he's using this for his own personal benefit. He lost someone that he loves from this virus. So like anyone, like myself, I would probably do the same thing and push for 100% lockdown to end the spread and to get everyone healthy again and to kind of put a halt to everything that's going on. Because you don't want anyone else to lose someone that you love, So I wouldn't do that.
All right. So we have some business to take care of. 118 over here with the likes. Hell yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's put that on 119. Keep liking away. We have to knuckle up and get ready to beat up the ceiling because we have 100 likes. You ready, Jess?
Ready, Moss.
I'm ready. Get that cardio in.
100 likes. Watching fights. It's so tight. MMA holds. Punch the lights. 100 likes. Watching fights. It's so tight. MMA holds. Pump the lights. 100 likes. Watching fights. It's so tight. MMA holds. Pump the lights. 100 likes. Watching fights. It's so tight. MMA holds. Pump the lights.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, baby.
The dislikes can choke on a carrot.
Thank you for the likes. Smash the shit out of them and let the dislikes choke on a carrot. Let's get into our sponsors real quick. We'll jump back into the news immediately afterwards. Times like this, Jesse. Pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I need to calm down.
Yes. Mystic Roots is a boutique organic hemp farm located in the Pacific Northwest. If you are looking to calm down and you don't want to get high, well, there's Mystic Roots. They provide the best quality organic hemp flower, edibles, cosmetics, extracts, anything you need with no extra fillers, no extra additives that those other CBD companies are not telling you about. Visit Mystic Roots with a link in the description using promo code MMAHole, all one word, and get 15% off your entire purchase and get free shipping for any order over $35. Once again, visit Mystic Roots with the link in the description, use promo code MMAHole, all one word, and get 15% off your entire purchase. If you're looking to make some money on Well, the fights that are coming up in April, now that Dana White has announced that. And if you're looking to make some money on an online casino since all the other sports are shut down at the moment, well, we've got the best place for you to do it. You can get a 100% bonus match as well as $25 as a welcome bonus at BetDSI. Link in the description. Use promo code MMAWHOLE. That's promo code MMAWHOLE. Link in the description to BetDSI and get a 100% bonus match as well as $25 as a welcome bonus to make some extra cash on the sports and casinos you know and love. If you put your body to the test day in and day out with work or sports or whatever you do that puts your body in serious fatigue and stress, Theragun is there for you. Theragun.com/holes is a deep muscle massage treatment unlike anything you've ever felt. Theragun.com/holes. Get a $40 saving with 2 free attachments. Once again, that's Theragun.com/holes. Link in the description. Do you own a business, vendor, or organization and are looking for the most efficient tools for marketing and advertising? Sticker Mule has the best quality products for you. Visit Sticker Mule with the link in the description and get durable and waterproof vinyl stickers, coasters, magnets, customized tape, labels, bumper stickers, and more. Once again, that's Sticker Mule with the link in the description. Get anything you need to promote your business, event, or organization. Sticker Mule, link in the description. Go there today. And if you are running out of toilet paper because of the coronavirus pandemic, and every store you go to, you can't find that toilet paper, well, don't worry, you don't need it, because you have Lux Bidet. Lux Bidet has an easy attachment. You can use a cold water or warm water supply to attach it. You clean your butthole, you get that attachment, plus 18 months to 2 years extended product warranty with promo code MMAWHOLE. Get 10% off your entire purchase. That's promo code MMAWHOLE. 10% off your entire purchase. Lux Bidet, link in the description.
And you can laugh all the people that need toilet paper.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, ESPN Plus. Fights are coming up. UFC 249 in April. And the only place you can watch it is ESPN Plus. So down below, check out our link. We have the discounts for you, the MMA holes. Check it out. ESPN Plus is back in action. April 18th, Tony versus Habib. Up and
Wonderful, wonderful.
Shopping during a pandemic.
Conor McGregor, leader of the Free World 2020. This nigga is a fighter and a president who would have known. This nigga gonna kick that corona ass. He gonna find a way to release those dragons Matthew McConaughey killed. Nigga sounded like Braveheart.
Did you ever see that? Thank you, Crumb. Did you ever see that movie, Jesse? Was it Dragonheart? What was the movie of Matthew McConaughey and who was the other one in that? Oh, shit. I can't remember who else was in that. Was it like Woody Harrelson or some shit?
Never seen it.
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, though. Thank you for the donation, guys. Donations coming in. Yo, Brett with the $24.80.
Run it back.
Wonderful.
Run it back, Brett. Thank you for the wonderful, wonderful super chat. Thank you, everyone, for your donations. Yes, Christian Bale was in that. How about that? Christian Bale was in that. I should remember that. I got a man crush on him. All right, so we move from Conor McGregor to what's the next story, Jess?
Dana White plans to resume full schedule after UFC 249 and potentially host weekday fights for postponed events, Matt Moss.
Weekday? Look at that face.
Weekday fights. Well, you're on the wrong... Oh, shoot.
What'd you do, Jesse?
Oh, son of a bitch.
What did you do?
I put the wrong picture.
In the quarantine, I have shown my kids Evil Dead 1, 2, and Army of Darkness. Not the MMA holes should do a watch along with those movies.
That would be
Best
fun.
of all.
You are a good parent there, Jean Paul. That's what you got to do. You got to give your kids the real movies. Evil Dead, that's the way. We should do a watch along. I mean, listen, we did the sumo fight reaction. We could do a watch along with a movie or something like that. Subscribe to Not the MMA Holes and JBH IRL. Thank you for the donation. So what's the story? What picture should we put there? Oh, well, what is the story?
Don't worry about the picture. I'll just tell you real quick. It looks like Dana White is looking to host the UFC London and UFC Portland events on the same week. So UFC London would be March 21st and UFC Portland, UFC London March 21st, UFC Columbus on March 28th, UFC Portland on April 11th, and then UFC 249 on April 18th. So all in the same week, we would have 4 UFC events.
All right, let me get this straight. What's the first one?
UFC London
Okay.
on March 21st.
Wait. How is that possible?
What do you mean?
It's March 25th.
That's what it says. March? Oh, maybe they meant April? It says March right here. Look.
Yeah, that's got to be a typo because I don't think we have a DeLorean available. I don't think. This is on MMA Junkie.
Oh, maybe those were the originally scheduled dates for the
Yeah,
fights.
that had to be. Okay, so what's the deal?
So they're planning on putting all 4 of those events in the same week.
So basically you're going to kick it off probably
UFC
Khabib.
London, UFC Columbus, UFC Portland, and UFC 249.
So April 18th is still a go apparently.
Yes.
So I'm assuming they're probably not going to do it the week before. I would imagine the week
The week
after.
of.
The week of?
That's
so
what-
leading up to UFC 2.
That's what they're saying, yeah. So the promotion's fight schedule in full
So 3 weeks.
leading to UFC 249. So my assumption is they're planning on 3 events in the week of,
How is
and
that?
then UFC 249, or they're going to do UFC 249 and then 3 events the week following.
That makes more sense. When's Easter? Easter is what? When the hell's Easter? Do you know what day Easter is?
I do
Jess?
not.
What's the Easter date?
I'll look it up for you.
I'm a terrible religious man, not knowing which day Easter is. But yeah, if UFC 249 is
Sunday,
on the 18th,
April 12th.
so it'd be the week. Oh, that makes sense then, because isn't Easter like everything's supposed to be back to normal? That's what Trump's going to try to do.
So you know what then? They'll probably do UFC 249 and then all 3 events the week following.
That's
so on
not
the
according to this.
26th
It's, if Easter is April 12th,
I'm sorry, not the 26th. On the 20th, 22nd, and 24th.
but no, if Easter is on the 12th,
Yes.
and all the jobs are back to normal again.
But if they're not, they will follow UFC 249 with 3 events.
Listen, if they're not back by April 12th, and there's another 15-day thing,
It
there's
gives
no
them an extra week.
Yeah, but there's no more UFC.
No, it gives them an extra week.
What are they going to do?
If
A
UFC
5-day
249
plan?
holds up, and they can't do it in that week, they'll do it the following week.
No, but what I'm saying is this. Okay, you have to remember, if it's at the Apex facility, then you can basically do it any week you want. But if it's not the Apex and they have to,
I don't think it is.
Yeah, if it's at another facility, they can't just. Well, then again, nothing's going on, right?
Nope.
That's true. Nothing is going on at those venues, so maybe they can do it any week. That's possible. So they have to find a place where they can do it, and if they have to swap weeks, they just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the plan is this then. April 12th is Easter, and the week of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17th, they're going to throw the UFC fight nights, and then they're going to lead you into UFC 249. I think that's their plan, which is nuts. If that is the plan, that is incredibly crazy. How are they going to match up all these cards? Unless they do like 4 fights, like fight night, but not a full card. Does it say if they're all full cards? So just
Yeah, it'll be the full cards, but it doesn't say.
How are they going to do this? How in the hell are they going to do
It'll
this?
be empty seats. They ban public gatherings.
So it's 3 fights or 2 fights plus UFC 249? How many fights in
3
total?
fights. UFC London, UFC Columbus, and UFC Portland, and then UFC 249.
How are they going to do? I mean,
It'll be.
if you do
but
this, it'd be
then
great.
on this other paragraph, it says beginning with UFC 249. So it might be.
Oh, it's beginning?
UFC 249 and then UFC London,
Oh,
Columbus,
okay.
and Portland.
Yeah, then I didn't even hear that. Oh, then take that theory out the window. So it is starting UFC 249, and then it goes into the other ones the following week.
Mm-hmm.
It's still nuts to put together. Wow.
Crazy.
I don't know how they're going to do that. All right. What do you think in the chat? What you think as we go to the next one?
All right.
I don't know why that was all so confusing.
I don't know. According to CBS Sports, MMA legend Uriah Faber is not scared about accepting a fight amid the coronavirus outbreak. Despite the enduring uncertainty of the coronavirus outbreak, count UFC Hall of Famer Uriah Faber among those not scared to keep fighting should the right opportunity, empty arena or not, come his way. Faber returned from a near 3-year retirement in 2019 to split a pair of fights, including a third-round knockout loss to top bantamweight contender Peter Yan. The 40-year-old California kid considers himself anything but retired as he continues to juggle multiple projects outside the cage. Although UFC was forced to cancel a trio of fight night cards.
during a pandemic.
Chrome to your dome.
This sounds like old International Fight Week. Remember when they would have a fight night? Ultimate Fighter finale and a PPV event all in the same week.
Yeah, and honestly, they sucked. I remember. Yeah, they would do like 3 nights in a row. Well, not actually, no. They would do. I remember Friday and Saturday, but did they do Thursday too? I can't remember now. I remember they did have 3 fights though. Actually, no, 2 fights. Yeah, Friday and Saturday. But they sucked. Remember, like the Ultimate Fighter fight nights were terrible. But now with these fighters sitting out, everyone's rested. You gotta think they have enough people to make it interesting. All the cards, I guess. I guess that's what they're thinking. Thank you, Chrome.
So Uriah Faber's not scared to come back.
All right. Well, I mean, why should he be, Jesse? He is, what, 40 what? How old is he now?
40 now? 41?
He's in his 40s.
42?
41, 42. He has a young child. What does he have to lose, Jesse?
Well, his dignity.
He has dignity. What about his life? You didn't think about that? I mean, it's a little peculiar. You know, like, first of all, after that Peter Yan fight, which he did look good in the beginning, and then Peter Yan just completely obliterated him. I mean, Uriah, really? Really, Uriah? I don't know. Like any other guy, I'd be like, yeah, sure. But why? Why put yourself at risk? You have a nice, beautiful family at home. What are you doing? That makes me scratch my head. He's one of the guys, but all right, I'll watch him fight. Sure. What else we got?
Joanna Jędrzejczyk wants Colby Covington kicked out of ATT Moss.
Really?
She wants him kicked out.
I don't want him here anymore.
According to BJPenn.com, Joanna Jędrzejczyk would like to see Dan Lambert kick Colby Covington out of American Top Team. Lambert recently announced a new no trash talking policy for the fighters at his gym, claiming he has had enough. The gym has recently seen Colby Covington feud with Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Jorge Masvidal, and Dustin Poirier. For Jędrzejczyk, she says Covington is a liar and someone writes his lines for him. She said, quote, I don't want to talk about Colby because he is such a liar.
You're a rat,
The thing
Joanna. You're being a rat.
He wants this exposure. He needs this attention because he has nothing to offer to the world. He is a great athlete, such a hard worker, but it isn't him. Someone is writing this for, and I know who does it. I feel sorry to him that he needs to jump on me, Jorge, Dustin Poirier. We are such hard workers, very talented people. We are real warriors, and he is trying to take advantage of us. I don't want to comment on that. He is such a liar, you know? Damn. Not only does Joanna Jędrzejczyk think Covington is a liar, but she wants Lambert to kick him off the team due to the shame he has brought to the gym.
JJ, what are you doing here, man? I'm a Boogie Woman fan. What are you doing?
She believes it is a bad look, all this trash talking, as well as the fact that Chaos brings in dirty girls to the gym to film stuff, according to the former strawweight champion. She said, quote, I think that Dan Lambert should kick him out. Of course, he is putting this place in shame. When they were recording the stuff with Colby Covington, he was bringing some dirty Dianas to the gym. Ugly girls. Come on. I don't want to talk about this guy.
Oh, man.
It appears the feud between Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Colby Covington is not one that will end anytime soon. But Chaos did apologize to Dustin Poirier recently, so perhaps he apologizes to the former champ. What do you make of Joanna Jędrzejczyk wanting Colby Covington kicked from ATT?
I think it's stupid. Listen, he's a knucklehead.
I love what she said.
I'm not a big Colby Covington fan, but shut up, Joanna. I love Joanna.
You know what?
Shut up.
I
she's
get what
another
she's saying,
salty, triggered girl that when she sees other pretty girls come in.
No. Listen, I don't think that what she said was wrong. He is bringing shame to the gym.
Jesse,
he's attacking his own teammates.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Like, she's never going to have to fight him. You know what she's salty
about? It's not about her having to fight him. Okay. It's people taking the gym seriously.
Oh, my God. She's salty because he said that she was fucking Masvidal. That's the only thing I heard him say about her.
Remember, they had a feud before that even
What
happened.
else did he say?
He always had a feud with Jędrzejczyk and Masvidal, and then she defended Masvidal one time, and all of a sudden Colby went on with this whole they're fucking thing.
You know,
that happened way later.
I am a Joanna fan. I like Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
So you must not have listened to what she said.
I like her a lot, but all I hear is her complaining that he's bringing thoughts in.
That's not what she said. You missed everything.
That's exactly what she said.
That was one thing she said.
Okay, what else did she say?
He's bringing shame to the gym.
Shame?
Shame.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that. He's
It's
trying
his
to.
own teammates.
Let me
Shouldn't
just say
he be
this.
attacking teammates from other gyms?
I am not a Colby fan. I will say it again.
You sound like one.
He is bringing attention to the gym.
No,
People
he's
are
not.
talking about the gym.
Negative attention?
Yeah, bad energy is good
The
energy.
fact that Dan Lambert had to put out a notice to all of his fighters that he had a no tolerance policy
Who cares?
should say that Joanna and Jacek's not the only one who feels this way.
Man, I think this is just. Listen, I don't want to turn this into poor Colby Covington.
That's what you're doing.
But what is she do? Just mind your business.
It's
Who
not about
cares?
minding her business. He has shit talked her before.
Oh my.
He
They're just fucking words.
What her point is he shit talks all of the teammates at the gym, and he's making it look like it's a dysfunctional gym, and people can't respect ATT if it seems dysfunctional.
Joanna and Jacek, you have lost me as a fan. You had a fantastic fight against Weili Zhang. I even rooted you on it post titties. And you sound retarded, to be honest with me. I mean, I think... What are you doing? Keep your mouth shut. Who cares? It's not your problem.
It's not yours either.
It's not
so
gonna. It's not
what are
gonna
you doing?
affect her in any way. How is it gonna affect her?
Why is it going to affect you?
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying.
So
Keep
then
your
why
mouth
can't
shut.
she say anything?
What are you trying to say?
It doesn't affect
I'm
you.
not saying why can't she say it. She can say whatever the hell she
told her
wants.
to keep her mouth
No, she can say whatever the hell she wants. She just looks really stupid here. It looks dumb. She sounds like she's just triggered. As soon as she brought up him bringing in the dirty girls in there, it just sounds like
That's
a
one
typical.
point. Like that's the only thing you're
Hold
stuck on.
It sounds like a typical woman that's just jealous of women. God forbid someone's prettier than me. Fuck that.
That seems like the only thing you're stuck
Yay,
on. though.
Lord.
That's not the only thing she said.
All right, let's see what the chat says.
No, wait. That's not the only thing she said. You're just focused on that one point because
No, I
apparently
think-
that's the only thing that matters.
Listen, I said my piece. I'm done. You can keep going, but I'm done.
But
I
you're
made my
missing
point.
my point.
No, I'm not. I understand your point.
No, you're not listening.
You're on your white horse with your white knight mask and be like, go JJ. I am on the
Yeah.
other side saying no.
That's
I
what I'm
think
doing.
she's just being a typical woman.
I think you're being a typical man right now.
All right, that's fair enough. I'm proud to be a man.
Okay.
I'm proud
was
to be
stupid.
a manly man. Let's see what the chat says.
Moz, if you have to reassure yourself that you're a manly man, there's
All
a
right,
problem.
Jess, come on. Read the chat. What are you doing?
You read the chat.
All right.
I'm triggered.
Jesse's triggered. Moss is speaking the truth. I say, yeah, Kobe. Shut up, JBH. Triggered. Kobe is the king. I say, yeah, Kobe. Shut up, JBH. JJ is ugly. Well, listen. I mean, just kidding. I love you, Mossy. We're forgetting something important here. Tony taps Khabib. I'm with JBH on this one. You're mansplaining, Moss. Yeah, I guess so. If I run out of toilet paper, I'll bareback ride a horse. All right. So the people have
Wonderful.
chimed in. I know you don't have to get so nasty. Jeez.
I said I'm triggered. I'm not nasty.
Why you get triggered?
You triggered me.
All right.
I don't feel well now because I'm triggered.
Just now call Jesse a pussy. You called me a pussy. Now call Jesse a pussy from being.
No,
spam
you
the chat.
asked to be called a pussy.
All right,
I never asked to be called a pussy.
Ask for public humiliation right now.
No, I just publicly I just said I was triggered. Did
This
you not
is-
get that? You didn't get that?
This is a new.
Come on, man. You are just not. You're not on my level.
This is going to be a new bit on. This is going to be a new bit on.
Come on.
What are you talking? What are you doing? Interrupting cow. This is going to be a new bit on the show. Anytime
Get on my level.
we act like retards or we are put in our place, we have to be called a pussy. We have to ask for it from the chat. And I demand you,
I didn't
Jesse,
ask for it.
to ask the chat to become
No,
a.
you can ask
to
for
be
that
lynched.
because apparently it makes you feel better or something. To ask to be called a pussy in the chat. I'm
All the
sorry
men
you
out
feel that
there,
way.
all the men out there understand the pain. All right, so what's the next story?
That was a very sexist thing for you to say, Moss.
That was sexist.
Yeah. All the men out there
I'm just saying. I'm just going
understand
to
the pain. No, I think you're reaching for. Are you calling for help, Moss?
Where's the triggered meter right now? How
Up
high?
here.
Yeah.
I'm super
So
triggered.
how about we lower that and get your ass back
I'm
in
so
game?
triggered right now, Moss.
Okay.
I can't deal.
She's like she's like violently rolling up her. What is that though? Were you making a love tunnel? What is that?
I do this because there's a gap over on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
So like when it's really hot, if I roll this up, the air flows to my legs.
You're that hot right now?
Not now, no.
Okay.
Because I have this rolled up.
All right. What's the next story?
All right. Liza Zaleski wants to see what the UFC has to offer after the last fight contract.
Who cares?
All right, so then let's just move on.
Do we care? All right. What's
Well,
next?
you don't care.
I don't.
But apparently you speak on behalf of everyone else.
What? Are you still triggered?
I'm still.
All right. Okay. We're back.
Did we make it?
I don't know if we made it. Did we make it?
Maybe.
We back in business? All right.
Whoa!
I can't take this anymore, man. So we're back. We saved it. We saved it up here. Hell yeah, baby. All right, we're back in business. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. So I'm watching the CPU. It's fine. There's something seriously wrong with this computer.
Did. Look
I don't
at
know.
Moss saves the day again.
I can't take this anymore.
Why? What's wrong?
No, it's just ridiculous, man. Why does this keep fucking happening to us?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
I worry if you have to uninstall the
No,
software.
I worry that's our computer now.
That is, but then the rest of this wouldn't be working if it was a computer.
All right. So now we can get into this next story over here. Thank you for rejoining the MMA holes. Appreciate it. Fucking hey, it's always something here.
But you did a good job, Moss. You brought us back.
All right, we're back in business, but we don't have any likes and any of that stuff. I'll fix that stuff. All right, let's get into the story over here.
Okay.
And there's nothing there on the screen, just like that.
Do you want me to sing a song?
You know what? No, that's probably the last thing I want you to do. Actually, let's read the chat. Let's see what's going on in the chat.
Your mood a little bit.
Let's read the chat, and I'll start playing
All
Mr.
right.
Fix It again.
Drunk Savage says it happens because you touch yourself at night.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know why it's happening, to be
Trevor
honest.
Hook says you are cursed by the boogie woman.
Maybe it's that too.
I think it's YouTube's new algorithm. No, this is definitely the software. It freezes on the actual software.
But you know what? I fixed every problem you can fix. Like, I don't know. Now I'm legit completely stumped.
Aiden says, where do you guys get your news? We get it from everywhere. We get it from MMA Fighting, MMA Mania, Bloody Elbow, Yahoo Sports, CBS Sports, or whatever you call it, Bleacher Report, BJPenn.com, MMA Junkie. Kirk Cocaine says, cock and balls. Arioka says,
All right, let's see if I saved it again. I don't know.
you saved it.
Fuck, this is gonna give me a fucking heart attack, man. So that time to answer Vlad's question, the CPU's at 9%. It's legit 9%. This is, I'm telling you, man. Like I
What's
am.
the little red dot next to the OBS button?
I'm confused.
Oh, weird.
I really am confused. Thank you for coming back again. I mean, I don't know what to do. I have no idea.
Maybe if we don't change scenes as much?
This is just fucked up, man. Like, it's just totally fucked up.
I don't know.
Our internet connection is on point. Let me just take a look. Hopefully we can get this fixed before. No, John Paul keeps on saying it's the internet speed. It's not.
No, it's a software, guys. I could say it a million times.
But then OBS is saying it's not the software.
OBS never said it wasn't the software.
Yes, they did. I've been talking to them for the last 2 days.
They said it was.
See, look at this. So see the stream health up here?
Mm-hmm.
We've been green.
Yeah.
Like we have super light speed fast internet. You know? I literally send the log into OBS and have them look at it, and they have no idea. I'll send it again tonight. But
for those of you guys saying you can't see anything, just refresh your stream, because I've got 2 streams open right now, and you can see us. So
it's so fucking weird, man. It really is. I don't understand. My CPU is so low. I just can't seem to figure out what it is. All right, let's try to get through the rest of the news. Thank you for hanging with us through this weird shit.
All right.
It's so annoying. Like, this show has been fine for how many years, and now all of a sudden it's going to do this? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
So this story was a fluke. It's not. Just skip it.
What the fuck was that?
It's a fluke. All right. Francis Ngannou got tested for COVID-19. We covered this a little bit in the beginning, saying that he may be fighting at UFC 249, Moss. Francis Ngannou says UFC had him tested for COVID-19 as the promotion presses forward with plans for UFC 249 and beyond. UFC President Dana White has insisted that UFC 249 Khabib versus Ferguson will go on. White also has ambitions to host all subsequent cards, as well as rescheduling 3 canceled Fight Night events. Ngannou was expected to headline the now postponed Fight Night event against Jairzinho Rozenstruik on March 28th.
Okay. So that fight is going to go down, and I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to these 2 behemoths going at it. And
Hopefully
it should be
on
wonderful.
Wonderful.
That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. What about Stipe? What we got with this guy?
Stipe Miocic is not really worried about fighting right now in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. Stipe hopes to return to action later this year, but that's the last of his concerns during the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. The UFC heavyweight champ last fought in August 2019 when he reclaimed the title with a fourth-round knockout against Daniel Cormier. Following the fight, Miocic was forced to undergo surgery to repair damage done to his eyes, including a torn retina. It's taken him several months to recover, but the Ohio native says he started to see clearly again.
Is he coming back?
Later, but he has no interest in coming back right now because of everything with the coronavirus.
Man, I don't think Stipe's coming back. I have this weird feeling that Stipe might be donezo.
I think he'll come back for that last fight with DC, and then he's done.
I hope he does. I hope they have the trilogy. And that's
during
it.
a pandemic.
YouTube is going to use this as a reason to ask for $30 billion in aid. I know it's affecting other shows too, not just you guys. They will blame the virus for the reason behind letting human employees go. Everyone has their hustle, while fams get $1.
It's crazy, man. You know, what also is, thank you, Kainoto. What also is crazy is the fact that people, like almost everyone I know is working from home now. And some have the luxury, some don't have the luxury from working from home. But now, like all of these companies are having their people work from home, right? And they're still getting by having people work from home. Why don't they just do this every day? Why don't they just let their people work from home?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that stop all the viruses?
Well, so YouTube, I know the reason is because they have a specific software that they use to access like YouTube's coding and all that stuff, and you can't access it from home. There's a specific place you have to go, like a headquarters that you have to go.
It's probably for hacking reasons,
yeah,
right?
in order to access it securely. So they couldn't let people work from home and access that.
But some of these other jobs, like for instance, Maria, she's working from home. Why can't she just work from home every day?
I think a lot of jobs, like Amazon, started letting a lot of their employees work from home.
Unless you're doing hands-on stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but then some hands-on jobs you might be able to do from home. You know, maybe if it's shipping things out or whatever. I don't know. Like, you have to wonder, and that would cut down on traffic. That would cut down on human interaction where we're all rubbing all over each other and breathing all over each other. Maybe figure out a way to keep people at home and with their families and if they don't get the job done, you fire them and you hire someone else that can get the job done. I mean, maybe we should move in that direction. If you are capable of working from home, let them work from home.
Yeah.
Right? Cut the shit. I don't know. Or, you know, trim down the commuters and the chances of more viruses spreading.
Trim the fat.
Trim the fat.
Last but not least, Brandon Moreno's upgrade to Brandon Moreno 2.0 turned around the flyweight contender's fortunes. According to MMA Fighting, don't let your eyes fool you. You only thought you saw Brandon Moreno fight in Brazil. Sure, the fighter who stepped into the cage to fight Jacier Formiga at UFC Brasilia looked distinctly familiar. There was the McLovin haircut, but gone with the boyish smile. The guy who walked into the cage mean-mugged, looking to all the world like a top contender in the flyweight division. 3 rounds and 3 favorable scorecards later, there was no question that Moreno was a new man, or to be more accurate, Brandon Moreno 2.0. That's how the 26-year-old Mexican fighter described himself afterwards, almost as if he was having an out-of-body experience when he walked out, or when his walkout music hit. He won back-to-back decisions now against Formiga and Kai Kara France. Whoever this new guy is, he's looking like a serious threat to challenge for UFC Gold.
Whoever this new guy, he's been around for a little. He's just young.
No, the new Brandon Moreno.
Oh, the new Brandon. Yeah, he did kind of not pan out in the beginning. I'm still not sold on him. I mean, I don't think he won his last fight. How come they're not talking about the fact that the last fight was so close?
They said 3 scorecards and 3 rounds later. You know.
That was a close fight. Very, very close fight, the last one. But regardless, he is exciting. I'll give him that. He does come at you from all different angles.
And he came in with like a straight face this time is what they're saying. Like he wasn't his spunky, like weird self.
This is how it works though. You know, you get that shiny W next to your record and no one's going to care if it's a close fight. No one cares. Even if you think about it, like the John Jones situation against Reyes, down the road, all people are going to see is a W. You know, some people will throw it out there. Well, he lost this fight, he lost that fight. But all you're going to see in the long run is the W, and the same thing with him. So, all right.
Yeah.
We'll see what he brings to the flyweight. Hopefully he ignites it a little bit, makes it more interesting. But we'll see what happens.
And that's it, Moss.
Okay, so to wrap it up over here, we discussed a lot. We had the coronavirus situation. UFC 249 is a go. April 18th, it looks like they're going to have it. They're going to keep it. The question is still, where is the location? That is the question. Also, there's going to be 3 more fights immediately following it, perhaps the following week. So they're really pushing fights into our faces in the near future. Very excited about it. Let's get some thoughts from the chat room.
All right.
On these stories and everything.
Robert Quinones says he's not ready for a championship. NH, he won. Chris Loring, hi, NH, yep, W. CRB, BZ says, what's wrong with Masvidal and Covington? They are fighting right now. Jean-Paul says, got fat.
What are they fight? Are they fighting online?
No, like, I don't know. I haven't seen their Twitter accounts, but I know that there's a lot of beef going on every time Covington makes an interview.
Pandemic.
Chrome.
I've seen turtles move faster than this damn virus. If this virus was so contagious, millions would be infected already. This virus has been around since November and only 200k have been infected. This virus has nothing on AIDS or my semen.
My goodness.
That's true. It has nothing on your semen, especially. You should say, especially my semen. Thank you, Chrome, for the donation. And thank you to everyone that liked the stream as we shut down twice, but somehow salvaged it. So
You
hopefully,
did good, Moss.
Hopefully we can...
Everyone give Moss a round of applause in the chat. He deserves it. He's been put through so much pressure and stress in this stream, and he saved the show. He didn't make you guys have to go to another one. So
well, no, I don't need that.
Let's give the round of applause.
You know when when I want the round of applause? When this software finally runs like it used to run.
But for now, round of applause.
No, because you know what's going to happen?
Here they come.
The applause happens, and then the fucking stream crashes again.
Well, we're shutting down right now anyway, so just let
No, we got
just
more
take it,
time.
Moss. Just absorb the
All right.
positivity. You need it.
I'm going to be up all night with this shit. Oh, I hate this. Anyway, thank you for the applause. Appreciate it. I am a pussy. I agree. I concur. I was looking at Colby Covington over here, and he hasn't really said anything. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, no, it's mostly like in interviews and stuff like that. He says things.
Yeah, I mean, it's all like kind of fizzling down. He threw it out there with Woodley when they were going to have that UFC London thing, and it's kind of all got swept away. Everyone is just worried about this Khabib versus Tony fight, UFC 249. Will it happen? If it does happen, you know, what is going to be the outcome? Will there be people safe? Will they spread more coronavirus? I don't know.
Shopping during
I don't know.
pandemic.
I don't know.
What's up, boys? How the hell are y'all? Just watch the 30 for 30 on Chuck and Tito. It's amazing, best 30 for 30. Guys, who would win, Prime Anderson or GSP?
Prime
GSP.
Anderson or GSP? Damn, man. I would have been Anderson all day. But now, you know what? I'm going to go Anderson.
What? You're silly.
I'm going to go Anderson Silva.
Stop acting silly.
Why is that silly? When Anderson was in his run, when he was in the steroid days of just taking out people,
During a pandemic.
I think I would go with Anderson.
Here's a little secret I have been hiding. I have been donating my semen to the sperm bank for 5 years. I could possibly have 500 kids by now that I don't even know about.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, man. Aiden says I'm tripping. But Aiden, I mean, you're 13. Do you remember when Anderson was fighting and destroying people? I mean, like,
You might have gone back and watched.
I mean, he had a couple of duds, but for the most part, Anderson was such a dominating champ to the point where he was just taunting his opponents. Like, he just made it look easy. So, I mean, I don't know. I have to go with Anderson.
GSP.
There were GSP to me lost to Johnny Hendricks. He lost to Johnny. And Anderson Silva was losing to Chael the first time and then finished him. Finished him late in the fight. Everything leans towards Anderson for me. GSP is the GOAT right now, but if you're talking prime Anderson Silva, okay, and clearly he was on steroids because he did get busted. Prime Anderson Silva, whatever the hell was in his system at that time where he was just defending and destroying, versus a prime GSP, I think it's an easy pick.
Nah, I still say GSP, Moss.
I don't know. Let's see what the chat says about that. I'm curious.
What does the chat say?
Everyone thinks Anderson Silva now. This is not the same Anderson from back in the day.
No, prime Anderson Silva. Moss.
People thought Anderson was going to beat John Jones. I mean,
Well,
do you think GSP would beat John? I mean, people were saying that. They thought he was
did
invincible.
you just say, do you think GSP would beat John Jones?
Yeah, it's not happening.
No.
It's not happening.
No, he's not beating.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But that's
people wanted
silly.
to see Anderson. How is
That's
it silly?
so
Hold on a
silly.
second. How is it silly if people wanted to see
GSP?
Anderson Silva versus John Jones?
It's just as silly as saying GSP versus John Jones. I think the
What?
only no, actually I take that back because Anderson Silva's a middleweight, could have gone up to light heavy and fought John Jones. But GSP going, it just doesn't, it doesn't happen.
GSP will get destroyed by John Jones.
It just doesn't happen.
Exactly. That's what I'm
But
saying. You could make
you're
arguments
you
for prime Anderson Silva. You could make arguments. Arguments. Arguments.
Wonderful.
GSP
Oh, God help
versus
me.
Bisping showed me GSP would never have beaten Silva in his prime. He was getting lit up by Bisping until that third round when he caught Michael and dropped him.
Remember, Michael Bisping off of his back was carving GSP up in UFC 217, carving him up. Now, this wasn't prime GSP, but GSP did get the finish. Michael Bisping, though, technically beat Anderson. Not really. He got knocked out. Fuck. This night is terrible for me. I don't understand how you're saying GSP beats him.
Super chat.
PBR.
Tap, tap, tap.
Let me know in the chat. Just write GSP or Silva prime. I think it's a good question by Connor. We're split over here.
All right. Watch Jorge Masvidal's last tweet. Chris Weidman knocked out Anderson Silva. Condit rocked him. GSP. Bisping's a bitch, though. GSP has zero chance against Silva. Let's get real. The fuck are you guys on?
I think people are...
GSP. Jones Fedor is GSP Silva.
Do you remember? Do you guys remember Anderson? I mean, it wasn't that long ago. Come on, what are we doing?
GPS.
There's no way. I honestly, the more I think about it, the more I think how ridiculous GSP beating him is.
GSP would kill Silva. GSP.
Oh my
GSP.
goodness.
Moss, it's clear here who's
God.
wrong and who's right.
I mean, we'll never see the fight. I can't talk.
All right. Well, it's time to end the show anyways. So just JBH cam me.
You know what's in my head? No, it's not time. We have 6 minutes. What are you talking about?
Now it's time.
Why are you rushing us to finish?
Because I feel like you need time to figure out what's going on.
I need time. I need time to fucking throw my head through the wall because of the technical difficulties. But I'm not going to, give up the show right now. We talk.
Okay.
Stop staring at me like a freak show.
No,
what is she doing?
I just want to make sure you're okay.
No, I'm overloaded right now.
I know, I can tell.
Because that ridiculous Joanna conversation that just never ended. And then the stream crashes.
Yeah.
And now we're discussing Anderson and GSP. And now the more I think about it, I'm like, how? I don't see GSP doing it. Like in the beginning, I was like, okay, I can see the arguments for both. And then I'm like, wait, hold on a second. When they were talking, this is why I think Anderson wins. When they were talking about putting it together back in the day, I was like, Silva smashes the shit out of him. That I had to go back
prime
then.
Silva, yes.
Yes. So
GSP still wins.
That's why I was just like, wait, how? What are we talking about here?
No. GSP still wins.
I don't get it. Anyway, anything else? Any other questions?
All right. No.
That was good, Connor. Good on you, man. That had us going a little bit here.
I'm crying so bad because Khabib and Tony Ferguson is not fight. What? Yes. What? What? Brant, what language do you speak?
Hey, Chrome.
Also, Silva went up a weight class and beat light heavyweights during his prime as well while he was champ. GSP was too scared to do that.
Yeah, GSP wouldn't take it. GSP was
He
Khabibin
wasn't
at the time.
scared. Let me just reiterate. He wasn't scared. He was smart. If you're a fighter and you know
He was scared.
where you are prominent, what division you are most
No
prominent
one wanted to
in
fight
fighting.
Anderson Silva back in the day.
Nobody
no
wanted
one
to fight
him.
GSP in his division. So if you know where you excel in a division, why would you put yourself in a vulnerable position? Nobody would do that. No smart fighter would do. No, not money.
Connor would have fought Anderson. He
Oh,
doesn't give
here
a
you
fuck.
go. I knew you were going to bring
Connor
up Connor.
went from 145 to
Connor,
170.
Conor
McGregor.
I can't
Yes.
do it, Connor.
Conor McGregor will go up 3 weight classes. No fucks given.
But Conor McGregor believed that he was prominent in those divisions. He believed
He was.
that he shined in all of those
He
divisions.
beats them all.
GSP knew where he
Look at this man.
shined, and he was smart enough to stay there.
Look at this man, Jesse. Check this man out. If we're going to end the stream, we're going to piss everyone off to do it before we do it. Look at this man over here. This is the face. Look at that. Look at the intensity. That man would go up 17 weight classes if he could.
JBH, please tell me why you think GSP would win. Not trying to come across as rude because you're my girl #crew.
Love you.
But please give me your take, then Moss's take.
Moss gave his take.
I did, but
he got a little stressed out.
I'll give it again.
I don't listen. I'm not gonna go into like a full argument because, to be quite honest, I didn't live through all the GSP days. Like, I didn't watch every GSP fight, but based off of what I had seen, I believe GSP was more prominent and more dominant as a fighter. And
But
I
how
think
does he
against
win?
a Prime Silva, his grappling alone would be. What was this?
Have you
seen him on the ground?
Have you seen Anderson Silva's jiu-jitsu?
Yes.
That guy he will get you from any angle.
GSP's got this, guys. If it was GSP versus Prime Anderson, I would go GSP.
All right. I mean, if you want me to go into detail again, I mean, I think I went to an extent. I think, honestly, I think Prime Silva could finish GSP. I think he would finish GSP.
I don't think that would happen.
Yes. How is he going to? I think he finishes GSP. You know what I'm going to say? He finishes him on the feet.
Oh, you bumped
A push kick to the face. A fucking toe in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's never going to happen. Anyway, Jorge Masvidal over here. This is social distancing before it was cool. The resurrection.
Yes.
Has the resurrection thing overstayed its welcome?
Yeah, I would say so.
We're hearing this over and over again in his interviews and his Street Jesus stuff. And I kind of think this little bit that he's doing here, we need something else. Give us something else instead of the same joke over and he's literally using the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong. But is it a little enough? Enough's enough?
No, I mean, listen, he uses what he thinks works.
Can't just switch it up a little? At least Colby Covington, who's annoying as fuck, at least he has new lines here and there, you know?
But Masvidal is no Colby Covington.
Yeah, exactly.
In a good way.
But what are you doing here with this resurrection? You're not Jesus. You are not Jesus.
Moss.
Jorge Masvidal, you had a nice little run here. But come on.
Jesus.
What are we doing here?
Silva is the skinniest nigger I have ever seen on roids. What roids was he taking? Was it the vegan kind? He was so skinny he snapped his leg kicking a man. What roided up guy would that ever happen to? He looked more like a meth head than a roided creep.
I tell you what, I was devastated though when he got caught for steroids.
Yeah, what roids was he taking, Moss?
I don't know. Well, what about Sean O'Malley? He was technically had tainted
wasn't
supplements.
Taking roids.
That dude is like fucking.
The guy
Screech.
smokes weed for a living. Like he plays video games and smokes weed and trains like 15% and wins all the time. Like there's no steroid use in O'Malley's
Tainted
game.
Supplements.
Oh yeah, Yoel Romero had a tainted supplement and he sued and won. So it's pretty clear. Nate Diaz had a tainted supplement and a vegan supplement.
Okay,
no less.
so how did Sean O'Malley not get out of it? Because
What do you mean?
He literally took something he wasn't
He
supposed to
fought
take.
it though and got a reduced sanction.
What?
Yeah.
No, he served the whole thing.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't,
He
Moss.
was out forever.
No, he didn't. I will pull it up for you.
He was out for like 2 years, wasn't he?
Sean O'Malley.
I can't remember how long he was out for, but he was out for a while. That dude didn't fight for a while. Actually, you know what? Let me pull it up. I'll pull up the Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Reduced 6-month sanction.
Okay.
Reduced. So he did not do the full sanction that you thought it was initially
But
going
he was
to give
still
him.
guilty of something. They
No,
just reduced
he
it.
fought it, but they
So did John
couldn't-
Jones. John Jones was
But
reduced.
John Jones was doing steroids.
But he was reduced, Jesse.
Oh.
Same
what was
thing.
it? Sean O'Malley was not
Wrong
doing
is wrong.
steroids. John Jones was straight up shooting that shit up his
How do you know? They were
ass.
picograms. Totally
God,
different.
I want to murder you
They
sometimes.
both were reduced.
Sometimes, bah, 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 bah.
I just take your
I just want to kill you.
If you're going to have an argument, get ready for me to throw it right back in
No,
your
it
face.
doesn't get thrown in my face. You
Reduced.
make no point.
Reduced. Anyway, they're all cheaters. And cheaters, you know who's not a cheater, Jesse? Nate Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
You know who's not a cheater, Jesse?
Sean O'Malley.
He got caught. You know who's not a Jesse?
Nate Diaz got caught.
You know who's not a cheater, Jesse? He didn't get caught.
Yes, he did.
This man
he got
right
caught
over
by
here.
USADA. Yes, he did.
Jesse, Nate
And
Diaz.
what's her face? Who just got a reduced sanction
Hold on
to
a
20 months? What's her name?
Hold on a second. Now you're saying Nate Diaz got caught for steroids.
USADA popped Nate Diaz.
Okay.
For
And did they not make a mistake?
They made a mistake with O'Malley.
What? No, they didn't come out saying, "Hey, we made a mistake. Let's reduce the sentence."
They did with what's her face?
Suspension.
Who just
excuse me.
recently, the female fighter that just recently
Okay.
took a reduced sanction,
They-
but she never did any tainted supplements.
Jesse, Sean
You
O'Malley.
can't win this with me, Moss.
Okay.
Who was it? Let me check.
Oh my goodness.
Let me check. Hold on. You saw it.
Oh my goodness. She's just yelling like crazy. Can someone calm her down?
Well, I'm just telling you, you're wrong
Oh,
on
it's not
this
bad.
one, Moss. You are so wrong.
I'm the calm one.
You're calm.
The calm usually.
Because after the stream, you're gonna lose your mind because we shut down.
No, I'm gonna lose my mind for that. But I'm calm, and calm people are usually the right ones in a conversation. It's the truth. Anytime you watch a conversation between two people, the calm one is the one that is
Not true.
very confident in their
Not true,
opinion.
Moss.
The frantic one is wrong. All right. Anyway. Anything else in the chat that you want to chat about before we go?
All right. Anna says, Shannon, you are right. 2 years because of his leg, then caught pot. Rolando says, you should never let that chick talk shit about the male fighter. She's out of line.
She
Put her
is.
in the cage with the Chinese girl so she can calm her. So she can calm
You
down.
know what? After tonight, you deserve the
With Wei Lu
coronavirus.
Zhang.
Jesse.
I would. Pa 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 pa. No worries in the world. CRB says, please watch Masvidal's last tweet.
I've been looking for it. Chrome Diadoma.
GSP was scared to go up just like his stand-up. Dude was scared to get hit. Silver was not scared he would let dudes hit him. GSP's the Mayweather of the UFC. He would bore you to death and do enough to win a decision. Hendricks won that fight.
You know what's crazy? I know I'll get lit on fire for this. Thank you, Chrome. But there were times where GSP would fight, and I would be like, "Oh God, how?" And he would get good ratings. Like coming from Canada, he was like a rock star with Canada. But I would pray that the pay-per-view would be something different than some of his other fights. There were some GSP fights where you'd want to pull your hair out. Now he did what he had to do to win.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, wasn't too bad. But no, it was. It sucked. Let's be honest here. I'm not the biggest GSP fan. I have a lot of credit for him coming back and doing what he did with Bisping coming up. That was really impressive. He finished him. Very impressive stuff. And he probably is the GOAT. If I had to say pound for pound GOAT right now, active or not active, it is GSP. 100%. He is the pound for pound GOAT.
Yeah.
Why?
It's not really him.
Oh, it's not. How do you know?
I just read the last 3 comments.
But how did you go to the channel?
It's not him.
Did you go to the channel?
All right, allow me, Moss. I got this. Here we go. Ready? Let me show you.
All right.
Okay.
Is this another sandwich? No, that's him.
I'm just kidding. It's really
Eddie, she's fucking nuts.
sorry. I thought it wasn't him.
What did he say?
That's not things that he says.
What did he say?
Well, he'll come back in 300 seconds and say it again.
She's out of her mind. Like it is do you ever think like before you act or speak? All right, anyway, Eddie.
Well, fist pump. It is what it is. Things happen sometimes.
Oh my God. She is fucked up, man. She's still pissed off that Eddie never addressed you in public, right? Is that what it is? Pent up, you getting him back?
Address me in
Before
public.
walking past you in public and talking to me?
No, you addressed me. You addressed me
You
because I
called
gave
him
him
out.
shit. Yeah,
called him-
that little pussy.
See?
He just walked right past me.
Poor Eddie, man.
Fucking hate him.
MMA holes should become 24/7 during the pandemic.
We practically are. I feel like it. Oh, man. Well, the stream's still working. Thank you, Jean-Paul. Let's go. All right, let's get out of here. We got to get out of here anyway.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, whoops.
Sorry about the shutdown a couple of times. It got a little out of control. Hopefully I can get that fixed.
Yeah.
But yeah, UFC 249 is a go. So let us know in the comment section down below what you think. And by the way, we're 25 away from the Dragons. So wonderful, wonderful. 25 away from 36600. 36,600. So get your subs in and we'll let those Dragons fly. We'll see you on Friday. Right?
Fuga Friday.
Oh, you're going down. You're losing tonight. I mean, Friday. You're losing.
Yeah, see, Ann says it too. She said she thought it was a fake account too because they weren't chatting like the way Eddie chats.
During a pandemic.
Here's Chrome to your dome.
You're saying like gay
It was
shit
my
about
birthday yesterday. Where is my big booty hose present at?
Happy birthday. Chrome, you didn't give Chrome his happy birthday? To the dome?
Nobody told us it was your birthday yesterday, Chrome. Am I supposed to sing for you now?
You sing for everyone.
But it's Chrome. No,
Against my
All right, I got it.
My better judgment. You do it. And you won't sing for Crump.
Okay, hold on.
This is
La,
terrible.
la, 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 la. Good. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Crump, to your toe. Happy birthday to you.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Jesse, for that beautiful
What did you
song.
think, Mons? That was probably my best performance.
That was great. Who is talking about Masvidal's tweet? What is this? Oh, here we go. Here it is.
Fuck Kobe, the most fragile, most sensitive guy in the UFC history. Can't kick me out because this rule was for fighters only, not crotch sniffers that get their jaw broken by other crotch sniffers at American Top Team. We all know that this dude is no fighter.
All right, so that's Jorge Masvidal on Twitter going after Colby Covington. Colby Covington doesn't look like he responded. So why is he so it's this is the whole American Top Team thing that's going down. Not crotch sniffers that get their jaw broken by other crotch sniffers. All right, so they're all pissed off at Colby. They don't want him in the gym anymore. They want him gone.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, I would like to see Masvidal fight Colby. I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down. I'd rather see that than Usman Masvidal, to be honest with you. Maybe they'll put that. Maybe that's the card that they're going to put together. I don't think Usman's completely healthy to get back for UFC 249. So what about that? Maybe this is what we're working on. Masvidal versus Colby, former friends. Get him ready to throw. I think Colby Covington ragdolls him. I think he ragdolls him. I think Usman and Covington ragdoll Masvidal. But it would be funny to see George knock him out. You think you could do it, Jess?
I don't know, Moss. That's a tough question to ask. I'll let you know when we do fight briefing for it.
Masvidal is like a jealous ex-girlfriend. Yeah, I mean, maybe they're just trying to build it up. Build something up and get ready to get something to throw down. But yeah, Usman is probably not on the table. Jorge wants to get paid. He knows what.
Shopping during a
how do they train these guys for that?
Colby did mention hoodlums trying to fight him in the street. He only fights for millions, lol.
Oh, man. Thank you, Roberto Hernandez. Yeah, Colby Covington. He fights for that money. Both fighters would get paid for that. That'd be a good scrap. I'd rather see both of those guys go at it. I don't give a shit about the belt anymore. Have them fight for the BMF belt. Jorge and Colby. Throw that stupid thing in the ring. Put that up for grabs, right? Would you be down for that, Jess?
Sure.
Certainly.
Shopping during a pandemic.
Another pandemic donation. Chrome to your dome.
Colby has a fragile jaw now. How is he going to take a shot from Woodley and Jorge?
Do you think it's never going to be the same? He did get that thing
From
cracked.
Jorge more than Woodley.
He got. Oh man, Woodley's still got bombs. The only thing against Woodley right now is his age. That's the only problem.
And his crybaby bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
All right, we got to get out of here. Jesse's in a weird zone. We got to get out of here. We need to leave. I'll see you Friday night. JBH, say those magical words.
Don't be an a-hole. Be an M-M-A-hole.